Alright, this is Dan House here, very nice or evil. You are watching True Heel Heat. Probably should have had MJF do this, but here we are.
Yes, we are live. We're back again. True Heel Heat 174. We are Bullet Club. We had a hell of a week. We are officially Bullet Club affiliated here on True Heel Heat after Jay White gave me the 2 suite. We are honorary members. We're going to be talking about all the latest wrestling news, including that Bullet Club revival from Wrestling Dontaku. We'll talk about some AEW news, some WWE news as they got WrestleMania Backlash this Sunday. We got Harlem World here with us right from the start. Exactly. And we're going to be talking about everything. Producer, I'll hit the intro this time. Hello. It is me, your True Hill Phenom, SP3. We are live on the True Hill Heat YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter for True Hill Heat 174. We are Bullet Club. We will be talking about all the latest wrestling news, including the Bullet Club revival from Wrestling Dontaku. We'll talk about Roderick Strong asking for his WWE release, all the weekly recap of wrestling news from WWE, AEW, New Japan Pro Wrestling, Impact, AAA, GCW, and much more, including preview and predictions from Impact Under Siege, as well as WWE WrestleMania Backlash. I am here with the beautiful, the lovely Miss Krssi Luv. What's going on?
Good morning. Happy Saturday. It's a little damp and dreary and wet over by me. I don't know how it is by you, SP, but the weather is a bummer, but it's Mother's Day weekend. It's Saturday. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day so far. It's the start of the weekend. Good morning.
And we have a wonderful, a tremendous special guest here with us this week. Someone that I've been very excited to be talking to on social media. So I had to get him here on the True Hill Heat flagship podcast. He is a singer, a songwriter, a teacher extraordinaire who you might know of virally because he is a man that brought a wrestling club to his New York City school in Brooklyn. And this week, he even had one of the GOATs herself, Sasha Banks, at the school to visit his wrestling club. He is inspiring the youth. He's inspiring me. He's inspiring Krssi and pissing her off, which we'll get into. It is Mr. Perry.
Thank you for that intro.
Even though I shouldn't do it, but okay. You know.
Thank you. Good morning to everyone that's listening.
Yes, we are so happy and excited to have you on the show. You've been doing so many great things that we had to get you on. Been loving our interactions on social media. Of course, I try my best to give you a proper intro, but I'm going to allow you to give yourself an intro and tell everybody all the great things that you are doing. A quick reminder to everyone who's watching us, joining us live. We always appreciate each and every one of you, but show your appreciation back by dropping the thumbs up on this video. Share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. If you are new to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, smash that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. If you're watching on Facebook, smash that like, that heart, that laugh, whatever the wrestling news from this week made you feel. Let us know with those emojis. And of course, if you're watching on Twitter, smash that heart button as well as retweet this video so others can check it out. And of course, in the live chat, we want to hear from all of you. True Hill Hill Heat is a flagship interactive podcast. So we love to hear from our Patreon backers, our subscribers in the live chat. We got ALW saying, yo, happy Saturday, True Hill Heat, Goodfellas, and chat fam. We also got the Negro Buck, Nick Jackson, who says it's Saturday and you know what that means. We're live, pal. We got Christopher Ryan Cooper, who's saying good morning, True Hill Heat fam. And of course, Vala B, the main man, with a super chat donation to kick things off, saying a lot happened this week. Happy to see Victor Tyler Perry on the show after the events of yesterday with Sasha Banks coming on to see the wrestling club. Welcome to the show. And hey, True Hill Heat crew, let's go. And yes, Victor, we got to talk all about that. I said we had to make a whole segment to talk to you and pick your brain and give you some Q&A. But like I said, I wanted you to give a proper introduction of yourself. Let the people know about you, sir.
I mean, to be honest, that intro you gave me was like, I have nothing else to add. I'm just happy to be here.
Oh man, we are blessed to have you with us. Please, the big news for you this week, and you kind of went viral on WWE social media, as well as your own social media, as well as the GOAT herself, Sasha Banks, going to your school. Please let the people know what the school name in Brooklyn, and how you were able to land Sasha Banks coming to your wrestling club. And Krssi, I know you're trying to keep quiet. Let the people know why you're upset that he got Sasha Banks to come to his school.
So, I found this out actually via social media. I heard him say, oh yeah, I'm going to get the person that, was at the school. Did not know where the school was, but he said that this person was going to be on our show. So I'm on social media before I start our podcast this morning, and I see my children's school, and I'm like, wait, is that Sasha Banks? So I immediately called my children and say, hey, was Sasha Banks at your school? And they was like, she was. So they had no idea that this happened. Then I come on, we start our show as we always do before we go live. We always chit chat and whatnot. And we go, and pretty much Mr. Perry is like, I'm a teacher. Okay, where do you teach at? I teach in Brooklyn. I live in Brooklyn. Okay, where in Brooklyn do you teach? He tells me the location. What's the name of the school? Kip and Brooklyn. I was like, sir, fine, sir. My children go to that school. They do? Yes. What grade are they in? My children are in the 5th and 7th grade. Really? Oh my God. How did we not know this? So and then I ping the principal because I'm like, sir, he already knows what I do. Why was I not told? Why was my children not told that this happened? I need answers. I need explaining. Somebody owes me something.
Yo, that's crazy, right? It's a small world.
Small world. Small damn world.
So small.
PTA, yeah, word. That's not, yep, That's not to have a PTA mini. That's right.
Oh, no. Please don't do that, please.
That was like the worst news a teacher can get. We gotta have
right.
I don't want that at all.
I'm really in my feelings right now. I'm really trying to be nice right now, but I'm really in my feelings because this is just really. I would have made any excuse to be at that school.
It was a surprise. I had to keep my mouth like this the entire
Apparently.
time. It was the hardest thing.
How were you able to kind of work that out? Like, who did you have to go through? How long
what
did
did Mr. Lewis tell you? I need all answers.
How long did it take to make that possible?
So this is what happened. Let's go all the way back to March when I tweeted the original video. I didn't expect.
So this happened months ago.
No.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Finish your story.
So right in March, we were watching a video of Sasha and Bailey, and it went viral. Yeah, during my rest. So we had a state test. Yes. And after the state test, we didn't want to teach the kids. They were exhausted. We were tired of proctoring. So we were like, let's just put on a movie or whatever. And I was like, well, you know what I do in my class? I'm the wrestling club. So I use every opportunity to put on wrestling. And so we put on.
Where were you when I was going to damn school? This is unfair.
That's literally the first thing I ever said to him on social media.
Yo, I'm weak.
And then parents look at me like I'm crazy. When I say, I was like, I have to leave or I have to go. I have to get up early. I have to do what are you getting up early for? I'm sorry to cut you off. I do a wrestling podcast. You do what? I talk about you. Are you a wrestler? No, I'm not a wrestler, but I love wrestling and I talk about wrestling. Really? That's so interesting. Yes. Well, you should follow us. You know, all the spill. But yeah, Mr. Perry, can I be a part of the club too? I'm gonna come.
Oh well, duh. Like you're gonna be there. Like,
thank you, friend. Like, oh my God. See, Mr. Okay.
Like, it's on. Like, I had no idea. I feel so bad. Like, I feel terrible. I didn't know.
And like, shame on my own children. Shame on them. Wait till this podcast is over. Shame on them.
They wouldn't have known though. Don't be mad at them. They wouldn't have known. No one knew. But
that you have a wrestling cup. I didn't even know the school had a damn wrestling. See what I'm saying? Like, this is they have some explaining to do to me right now. I don't understand this. This is ridiculous.
We'll talk about the wrestling club because it's in beta mode. It's not open to 5th graders. It's not open to anyone other than my 6th grade students. But we can talk more.
The bias. You see, okay, I'm all right. I'm gonna be quiet.
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. So, so Sasha tweeted me and was like, "What school is this? I gotta come." And so, like, when she said it, I was like, "Oh wow, like that's dope." But sometimes you just don't know how things work
out. Right.
Yeah, and so WrestleMania happened, and I left my mind. Like we've been, trekking along, watching things, whatever. And 3.5 weeks ago, I'm in the middle of teaching, and I get a DM from the WWE person, and they were like, "Hey, Victor, we saw your video. Let's have a conversation. We want to bring Sasha to your school.
Oh my God.
We need to figure out logistics. So let's start the conversation." And it just went from there. Like, we had meetings. And then I found out that Sasha really wanted to do this herself. So I thought that was even more special. So it was just, I think, being in the right place at the right time. They were in Uniondale, which is Long Island, so it's not too far from the school. And so it just worked out. God made it happen. So, Sasha came to the school. I'm a little speechless still about it, thinking about it, because it's like,
Amazing.
I think about the children, and I think about this morning. I was like, man, like I wish in 5th grade I could have met, like, at the time, who was my all-time favorite, Randy Orton, or Victoria, like coming in the classroom and talking to us and like hanging out with us, and I just think about what that would do for me as a kid. So,
and bringing a real life belt, like I want to see the belt, I want to touch it.
And she let us touch it. Like, that's
the thing.
Like, she's so down to earth. It's like crazy. Like, and she included me. Like, I was like trying to be in the back, let the kids. And she's like, "No, like, come on, let's take pictures. Here, hold the belt. Like, this is also for you. Like, you're creating this magic for these kids." It was just a beautiful thing, and it leaves me speechless to think about, because I'm like seeing the kids' reaction. Everything was genuine. From the, like, they didn't tell them to do anything. Like, they didn't know. And so, like, they asked questions and, like, they clapped. They wanted, one of the little girls was like, "Can we sing and dance to your theme song?" Like, it was just so...
Oh my God. What? Mr. Perry. Oh, damn.
I know.
This is amazing. Oh,
it was dope. And the pop, let me tell you, the video doesn't do it justice. The pop that they had for Sasha sounded louder than it did when I was in the Barclays. Like, I swear.
Well, we got.
I can believe that, because those kids is loud. I've been seeing the videos on
you know what I mean?
On the Instagram page. The kids be telling me.
Your Twitter page, so we could show the people here on the show just a little bit.
And I should have known about the damn hoodies. The damn hoodie should have gave it a damn. I don't understand how I didn't know this. I don't understand how to.
All right, Krssi, relax. You could take a moment while we watch the video.
That's beautiful.
The security guard upstairs. See, the security guard, they supposed to be downstairs. How's she in the damn video upstairs?
You know what?
Yo, the security guard is upstairs in the damn classroom. I don't understand. Like, this is crazy. Like,
stop.
I can't deal.
Because that's one of the ladies that be in the front that be acting really nasty to people. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yes, for anyone who's asking where they can watch the video, check out Victor's social media. His Twitter is right there, the status with the video. Go over and follow him because he's doing such great work. I really wanted to ask you though, like, how did you get the wrestling club started at the school? Because that takes a lot of logistics. Like, I've never been working in a school. I did like
it's not easy to work in a school.
I used to work with this company called HAI, where I used to go to like juvenile delinquent centers and teach kids how to make like better decisions. But it was like more like acting and stuff. And I know even like getting that into a school, it took like months and months of like talking to them and like, oh, we got to do this, you got to work out the logistics. How did that about just getting the wrestling club intimated in that school? How long did that take, and what was the process with that?
It's still being worked. Like, it's such a long process. Like, that's why it's not official. That's why it's not. So this explains why it's not open to the entire school. It's a long process. And I'm still doing it. So by July, I think I'll have everything like fully done. So like, it's been approved, but on my end, just getting like the logistics. I had to do kind of like a curriculum.
Presentational. They had the
yeah. So in August and September, I want to start opening up to the school. I think I'm gonna leave 5th grade out just because they're a little young, and I want to keep 6th and 7th just because they're a little older, and then it gives the 5th graders something to look forward to for the next year. But how it started right now, honestly, I'm a madman because the only time we can watch wrestling in the class is during lunch, recess.
Free time, yep.
After testing. Lunch and recess are the times where teachers get their breaks. And so most teachers are taking their break, grading papers, eating lunch.
Getting something to eat.
Yeah.
Getting a chance to just breathe. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, like me, I'm in a classroom with 30 to 40 kids sometimes, and we're watching wrestling. I don't get a break. And I sacrifice it because I love it. And it all began literally November 2021. I was I don't know why I even said it, because I hadn't said it beforehand to any of the kids, but I was like, oh, wow, Bianca Belair's having a meet and greet at a cricket store. I'm going to that. And I was like, oh, wow, Survivor Series is happening that weekend. I'm going to that. And the little boy, and he's actually in the pictures with Sasha, which makes me so happy because he's the reason behind everything. He's the one with he has the blue belt. Like, I bought him a belt. He brought it. It makes me emotional. That's like my son. So like, he was like, I watch wrestling. I was like, you do? He's like, yeah, and I love Bianca. She's an EST. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take you to meet her. And he was like, you are Mr. Perry? And I was like, yes. So
now I'm gonna be mad at you. Damn. What are you gonna do that for?
Listen, it's crazy.
Come on.
Like,
get him off the show, man. Like, this is ridiculous. God damn it.
All right, peace out. Bye, y'all. I don't want to listen. I have to deal with Krssi next year. Okay, I don't want to be like, because I'm gonna have your son in my classroom. I want to be on your good side. But no, like the kid, I couldn't get him tickets to Survivor Series, and so I was a little bummed. And I didn't know Raw was the next night on Monday in the Barclays. So, anyways, I went to my very first, mind you guys, I'd never been to a WWE show outside of like a house show one time in 6th grade. So, and it was in where I'm from in Georgia. Like, it was a small thing. So like, this is my first time going to an event. It was a pay-per-view. So, that feeling. Like, I was wired. I couldn't sleep. So I got up that morning at 7 a.m. and went outside and stood in line because I thought it's New York City. It's Bianca Belair. Thousands of people, and it's free. They're going to be outside. It was only 100 people. So I was like, number 20, and I stood in line from 7 to 11 a.m. And so the kid came and met me around 11, and Bianca came like 11:30. And so while we were in line, they were like, we're going to offer raffle tickets to the thousands of people who were here, like, to get tickets to go to Raw. So we go, we give them our tickets or whatever. It's like we go and we meet Bianca and we talk to her, and she makes a video for the kids. And then like, okay, so here we're raffling off our first raffle tickets. They raffled it off, and it was my kid's ticket. So we ended up getting tickets to go to Raw that night. And so I got to take him.
Oh my God, this man gonna make me goddamn cry. This is some
bullshit.
Oh no! Right, oh man!
No!
You there? God, God.
Like, and I got to take the kid. I got to take him literally to his first event, and it was the cutest thing because
that's amazing.
Wrestlers have their own gimmicks and characters, and as adults, we see it and we recognize it, but we don't emulate it like the hair whip. Like we're not thinking about that, or Seth going like this. Like we're not thinking about that. The kid, I swear, he did every little thing.
Oh my God!
And I was just like, yo, dude, like this is why I do this. And so the next day, of course, he bragged like crazy.
We should have kept it a damn secret. Oh
right.
My God.
He was like, I met Bianca Belair.
And Mr. Perry took me too, right?
Oh, yeah. Like, it was a whole thing. And I was like, so if I started a wrestling club, would you guys be interested? And all the kids were like, yeah. So that's how it started. I said, okay, well, meet me here. Sacrifice your recess, because kids love recess. I was like, and we have a recess. Like, we actually have like a yard. Like, all kind of stuff. So I was like, sacrifice.
It's a nice one too. Just letting you know.
Yeah, it has a track. Oh, it was donated to the Barclays. They donated the recess yard to our school. So I was like,
kids built it. It's all nice. The whole story behind it.
Yeah, they got the design. Yeah, it's really cool. And so like, I was like, sacrifice it and come upstairs and we'll watch some wrestling. I'll teach you everything that there is to know about wrestling, from the top to the bottom, to the smallest things to the biggest things. And that's how it just grew and grew and grew. It went from 10 kids to 15 to 20 to 30. Now we're at, like, last I counted, we had 39 kids yesterday in the club.
Wow. And this is without even knowing that Sasha Banks is gonna pop in. You had 39 kids in the club. Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah. Wow. And this happened yesterday.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We got a bunch of comments praising you in the live chat here, Mr. Perry. We got Nick Jackson who says, "Hey, Mr. Perry, I think you dropped this crown." We also got Vala B who says, "This is the power of the PTA." We got Annika who just said, "Yay." Claps all around. Nick Jackson also adding, True Hill Heat has the ultimate baby face on the show right now. You are. You are, honestly. Yeah. You're the biggest baby face.
How can I get mad at this person? Look, jeez. Yeah, exactly.
We also got Slam and Sammy Joe who said, "I thought this was True Hill Heat, not True Wholesome Feels."
It's true. We usually just bring,
the heel.
The heel,
I mean, Krssi, you're playing the role very well.
she's like Bianca from her NXT days.
Yeah, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
We also got Adave saying, "I'm so glad I caught this story. I love this. Thank you so much for that." We also
can't
got
wait
Frantic
to tell
World.
Everybody that I know the person that got her there. Good for you. You don't know them, but I do.
I can't. I'm not supposed to be laughing this much,
Trust me. You come on here. Yeah, you come on here, you'll get it. You get it a lot. We're gonna add him to the cookout. We gotta add you to the cookout with us. Yes. Yep. You get to come to the cookout along with civil rights movement leader Cody Rhodes in the background. You gotta come to the cookout now. We gotta when Romeo wakes up, he's gotta add you to the cookout now.
No, y'all wrong for that.
You're the teacher. You're the teacher.
Childish. Y'all childish for that one. What?
You're the teacher. We gotta have a teacher.
That's my gimmick, the teacher.
Yep, the teacher at the cookout. Absolutely. You're the black Dean Douglas. We gotta get you in here. We got Vala B with the super chat donation saying this is what it's all about. It's about going out there, being in the crowd, having fun, having the time of your absolute time of your life. Absolutely. And you're making that happen for those kids. And the fact that you're able to use professional wrestling to inspire them and teach them stuff. I gotta praise you so much for that, man.
Mm-hmm,
Thank you.
But yes, we always got to talk about some professional wrestling on this show. So we will get into what we missed throughout the week. But before we get into that, we got to shout out the True Heel people supporting the channel, supporting us on social media. Our True Heel Trinity, our top 3 conversation starters on the True Heels group page. We got Jermaine Packman. We got at number 2, Austin Hartsfield Brown. And number 1, as per usual, the Negro Buck, Nick Jackson. We also got Nick Jackson as one of our Patreon backers, along with Vala B, Alan Weinstein, Alex McCarthy, Professor Chris, Austin, Slam and Sammy Joe, You My Boy Blue, Yachty, Robert, Steve Salvage, Antoine Rutledge, 5th Generation Carney, Beep Boop, DJ Eric, Ladarius Brown, and Kim Cottingham. Thank you so much to all our Patreon backers as well as supporters on social media. We always appreciate that. But we're going to get into what we missed throughout the week. And if you saw the title, it says that we are the Bullet Club because I am officially a Bullet Club member, Mr. Perry. I got accepted into the Bullet Club because I did a whole thread about why Juice Robinson joined the Bullet Club and Switchblade Jay White putting the Bullet Club together, and Switchblade retweeted it, said, listen to this and read this. This is what it's all about. And I said, am I an honorary member now? And he gave me the 2 sweet. So we're gang affiliated. I'm sorry, Mr. Perry. I'm sorry.
That's dope. Like, yo, it's fire. And I'm learning about all this. Like, I have a person reached out to me from one of the videos and was like, are you familiar with like New Japan Pro Wrestling and like ROH? And I was like, no, like, what is it? And he was like, learn about it. And so like we've been doing Discords where like he's like subscribed. He'll Discord and share it with me, and we're watching New Japan Pro Wrestling matches. And he's telling me all about like the Bullet Club. And I think something happened this week with Finn Balor and AJ Styles.
Yep.
They have a little like 3 years short, but it's
it was the ninth anniversary, so you had to show love. They had to do even on Monday Night Raw. But Wrestling Dontaku, it was the official celebration, the 9th anniversary of the Bullet Club, and we saw a revival of the group on the show as following a terrific main event with Kazuchika Okada defeating Tetsuya Naito to retain the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. It was Switchblade Jay White who made his return to Japan and attacked Okada to challenge for the top prize in New Japan Pro Wrestling. You also had Hiroshi Tanahashi defeat Tomohiro Ishii to win the IWGP United States Heavyweight title in an excellent encounter. After the match, Juice Robinson returned to Japan. He turned heel and joined the Bullet Club as well to challenge Tanahashi for the IWGP United States Championship. Taiji Ishimori of the Bullet Club beat El Desperado to win the IWGP Junior Heavyweight title in a great technical wrestling bout. You also had Tama Tonga, our original Bullet Club member, defeat Evil to win the Never Openweight Championship. But after the match, it was the Good Brothers who made their return to Japan for the first time in 6 years to attack the Gorillas of Destiny, with Carl Anderson challenging Tama for his title, and then Chase Owens and Bad Luck Fale won the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team title. So Bullet Club either challenged for or won all the gold in New Japan Pro Wrestling in one night, as they are back better than ever. Miss Krssi Luv, I know you're a big fan of Jay White. Were you excited to see him back in Japan? And we should also say congratulations to our Bullet Club leader, our gang leader, as he got married this week as well. So Krssi, you can stop fantasizing about him now. So what did you think about him returning to Japan and the Bullet Club revival?
I mean, it had to happen, of course. it's the revival, it's the anniversary. I mean, why wouldn't he not be there? So I thought it was a really cool thing to see. As like Mr. Perry, I was taught by showed by SP about New Japan. He would send me links, and he's like, "No, Krssi, you got to watch these. These is really good." So I'm still new to it as well. I can't say all the names like he does because he's a professional. I just picked that one. But no, I loved it. I thought it was amazing. Congrats on getting married as well. But why would he not come? He had to be there.
Had to be there. 9th anniversary. That's how you celebrate a birthday.
Right. That's how you celebrate. Everyone there.
The whole family came to the cookout. Like, we're gonna get Mr. Perry in our cookout photo. So there it is. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. We got. Go ahead. You had something to say, Victor?
Oh, I said I'm weak.
Absolutely. That's what we're here for. Negro Bug saying, I was very skeptical of Juice going to Bullet Club, but after SP's breakdown in time to reflect, I'm optimistic, especially with him in the 4-way for the U.S. title. We also got Annika, who says, I feel like if they really put their minds to it, Styles and Balor can do the Bullet Club thing, but Vince wouldn't be none the wiser. Yes. I really believe they just did that on their own, honestly. What they did on Raw. Yeah. I think they just had, they're both of them are feuding with Edge and Damian Priest, and I just feel like they said, it's the 9th anniversary. We're 2 former Bullet Club leaders. Let's just do the 2 sweet. Vince is not going to say anything because he don't know what it is. So
that's true. That's true.
Give it up. Put it up. We got Frantic Royalty says congratulations to Jay White and his new wife. Yes, for sure. We got Nick Jackson who says so great to see Gallows and Anderson back in Japan. It just feels right. And we got Slam and Sammy Joe who says Sid is in the gang and we are his gang. So I'll be repping gang. Shoot with the gang. Bang with the gang. Man, you want to get us detention from Mr. Perry, man, out here with all this gang affiliation.
It's called reflection.
Yes, reflection now. That's because they said detention was a bad word. So all schools now put it as a different name now. Yeah.
It's reflection. Reflect on your behavior.
I'm really liking being in here with y'all too. Y'all are teaching me things before my kids get to the school level, so I know I can say
things have changed.
A lot of things have changed. Yeah. They're a little softer now. They contain kids' feelings a little bit more unlike how we used to go to school.
It's very restorative.
It's been a while for me, ladies and gentlemen. Trust me.
Exactly. So yes, when you have your kids there, it's very different. You're like, we didn't get that in school though. Like that's soft. But
Right. Oh my gosh. That's a whole other conversation. Yes.
Yeah. I love that. You just called everybody soft. I love it.
My kids too. Don't worry. It's there. I got yeah, it's okay. I can admit that. You know what I'm saying? Some parents won't admit it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm glad you said that. Next year is gonna be lit.
We ain't gotta wait till next year, but it's all right.
She's like, the school year ain't done. The school year ain't done just yet.
I'm not even talking about the school.
There you go. Got a whole summer. Whole summer. That's when Mr. Perry got time off.
Mr. Perry, I go watch wrestling. Don't worry. It's all right. I'm gonna bring you to my Brooklyn bar, and we're gonna watch Monday Night Raw together, friend.
Negro Bug saying, so glad Jay White Switchblade is back in Japan to reclaim his throne at the top of New Japan Pro Wrestling. We also got Ashford Nash saying, all right. Nice to see SP3 had a nice review on Wrestle Talk podcast with Pete Cannell. And also SP3 is the new member of the Bullet Club. It's just too sweet. We're all new members. We're all affiliated here. If you're in the True Hill Heat chat, you send the super chat. I will make you officially. I will dub you. I'll bring the knight, the sword, like Angela, like Drew McIntyre, and
good luck.
Absolutely. But speaking of Drew McIntyre, last night you had WWE SmackDown from Uniondale, New York. There was a couple of good things, a couple of confusing things on the show. We're gonna ask Mr. Perry what he thought. SmackDown had Charlotte Flair and Ronda Rousey. They had a pull apart brawl ahead of their WrestleMania Backlash I Quit match to kick off the show. Very intense brawl there. We had Lacey Evans had another emotional promo about her background, but then we had a very weird introduction where they said that Lacey Evans demanded the fans give her an applause for what she's been through before she came out. So it was like, so you spent like a month
come on. You
building her
right
up as a baby face, and that came off very heelish.
Throw it in the garbage. Throw all of it in the trash right now. Throw it in the damn garbage. It's stupid. It just dumb.
Weird. And then we can talk about that.
He also had Sheamus and Rich Holland defeat the New Day in a fun tables match, thanks to the returning Butch and RK McBro, which is Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton, and Riddle. They stood tall against the bloodline. RK McBro.
Riddle. Oh,
McGriddle. He said McGriddle.
I'm hungry.
He's like it's morning, y'all. I wasn't able to visit McDonald's. I got McGriddle on the mind, but yes, they stood tall against the bloodline ahead of WrestleMania Backlash on Sunday. Victor, what did you think about the show? And especially, I do want to ask you, what did you think about the kind of juxtaposition of Lacey Evans from the emotional promos we've been getting about talking about her family to kind of the demand to cheer her last night that we got on her first time in the arena?
Yeah, we'll get to that right away. I was confused. I've been a little confused the entire time with the promos because they're so emotional and so vulnerable. Mm-hmm. And I know like she's been open and candid about her upbringing. But it's like, why should that be a character? You know, like if that's who you are as a person, then that should just be something that we know, like, and we feel and we see. It shouldn't be acted out. And I think that's why when they did the introduction, it challenged all of our minds because it's like we're supposed to like suspend, belief and think like this is, a character. And if we're doing that, then we're supposed to have sympathy and empathy for you. We shouldn't be told everyone stand up and give her a round of applause. Like weird. And then the color choice. I'm big on this. Like that's what I teach the kids. The color choice, it was too dark for me for a baby face. It felt very like ominous and like it's heavy. I feel like they should have dressed her. Like she looked like I know she's like the army girl, but they could have dressed her and made her look, I think, a lot more inviting because she looked very dark. So like that's why I was kind of like, what just happened? I was like, okay, all right, well, that was interesting. And we now know she's going for. I mean, they did a good job of letting us know like her first and intended angle is with the SmackDown Women's Championship, which we knew. So I thought that went over well. Like, okay, so we're just going to challenge Ronda, clearly. So.
Because that worked out so well for Becky after WrestleMania 35 when she feuded with Lacey the first time. So gotta do it again with Ronda this time. Before we get to Krssi, we have a super chat donation here from Vala B saying for those who haven't gotten into New Japan Pro Wrestling yet, big Bullet Club stuff always happens at Dontaku because it's always around the anniversary of the Bullet Club, which is May 3rd. May 3rd every year is Bullet Club Day. Before we get to Star Wars Day, May the 4th, you got to get to Bullet Club Day.
I didn't even know that was a day.
Yes, it's May the 4th is Star Wars Day. Before that.
Right. The kids said that to me and they was like, do you know what today is? It was like a Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you. And I just like bust out laugh. I was like, I didn't even know that was a thing. But thanks, friend. They was like, yeah, Mom, like you didn't know? Come on, get it.
Get with the program, Mom. You're supposed to be cool. You're supposed to be the cool mom. Come on.
Exactly.
I'm weak again. That's 2 times.
Thank you, Balabi, for the super chat donation. We always appreciate that. It helps out the channel so much. And of course, we love anyone who's trying to educate people when it comes to the Bullet Club, since we are Bullet Club affiliated. We are the Bullet Club. And now Mr. Perry is a part of the Bullet Club too, by association. Yep. There we go. See, he knows it. He knows it. But yes, Krssi Luv, what do you think about this whole Lacey Evans? Do you think it's a good idea for her to feud with Ronda Rousey, who we assume will eventually become the SmackDown Women's Champion?
Okay, so who told y'all that she wanted the applause? The commentators, or she had somebody come out there with her?
The ring announcer.
The ring announcer.
Yeah. The ring announcer basically.
And at first, I thought they were going to do a Pledge of Allegiance or something, because it was like everyone stand. And I was like, oh, okay, like they're getting in the character. But it was like stand and give her a round of applause. I was like, okay.
Interesting. Okay, yeah, hated it. Throw it in the garbage. Nope, not feeling it. No, again, I've been saying this for the longest about Lacey and her promos. Okay, like how much longer are we gonna have her stand there and just give these like awkward, vulnerable promos? Like how long are we gonna have her stand there? And then what you're describing to me is that she had on like these dark colors that kind of like flushed her out when she used to wear these other blue and reds and bright colors, and now you have her looking really dark and she's supposed to be healed. But from what it said, like her promos were totally opposite of what that was supposed to be. Hi, Stephanie Boo. Stephanie. But yeah, like what hype? Yeah, she's in the crowd. That's what
had to drop in, support my peeps. Yes, Stephanie.
Oh, so Mr. Perry, me and my friend Stephanie, my friend down there, right
Stephanie's
there.
my friend.
So okay.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, excuse me. Wow. So I don't.
We're setting up a Stephanie Hypes on a pole match, ladies and gentlemen.
Right. My tag partner. We do this podcast called Serving Face and Heels. It's on every Sunday, guys. Our episode is tomorrow. I hope you'll be there to watch it on Mother's Day. Yes, so that's back to what I was saying now. Lacey Evans, I mean, she will be demolished by Ronda Rousey. End of story. Point blank period. Thanks. Bye.
Yeah, I just
agree. I feel like they're scrambling, to be honest. I don't.
Right, like don't throw it out there if you don't have it. Like you don't know what to do with her. Don't just throw it to the wolves. Because no one's not gonna receive it.
Like I feel like Sasha was supposed to be champ, but because of what happened with her injury, and then they just brought back Ronda. I don't think they know what they're doing with the SmackDown Women's roster. And like it looks to me, honestly, if I were booking it just to have some
Lewis
fun.
Just texted me too.
What he said? Oh, you texted it?
Oh, you know I did. Before I knew you were on the show. It's over. No. The principal got called for. I got Mr. Lewis' number. Don't play with me.
Let me call him actually and tell him not to listen to you. Let me tell him. You'll get me in trouble.
You thought I was playing. No, I was dead serious. Mr. Perry, let me tell you one thing. I'm not a liar, and I don't make stories up, friend. And yeah, I hit when I seen it on their page. I said, Mr. Lewis. Now I knew well that you not have soft drinks and not tell me. So he said, and I quote,
"Oh no,
I totally forgot you were a huge wrestling fan." Bullshit. It happened so quickly, and her time was very tight. Sure, I was off Friday. I could have been there. Don't play with me. I work from home on Friday. Definitely impromptu, but we'll be sure to let you know next time for sure.
Man, snitching ain't easy. Speaking of that's a great segue from my segment of the show on SmackDown, which is Randall from Recess, aka Sami Zayn, going and snitching on Shinsuke Nakamura to Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns. That was my favorite part of SmackDown. I just wanted to mention
love Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn.
That was your favorite part?
That was my favorite part of the whole entire show.
Interesting. You didn't like Roman selling?
I mean, I just didn't think that the baby faces should have stood tall at the end because because
it tells us that the bloodline's gonna win. Yeah.
Exactly. I think that they shouldn't win at the pay-per-view because you want to set up Drew to verse Roman down the line. So they should be winning this match. But it just always seems like if Roman's on a pay-per-view, he's got to win. It doesn't matter if it's singles. It doesn't matter if it's six-man. So I felt like Monday was a better version of what we got last night, where the two sides were kind of even though RK Bro came in with the RKOs on the Usos. They had their brawl, and then the officials separated them, so they came out even. This one, the babyface stood tall, so I'm like, okay, Bloodline's winning.
It was 2 weeks in a row too, friend.
Huh?
It was 2 weeks in a row too that they've done the same
thing.
They've
done that. Yeah. I mean, well, to be honest, let's keep it a stack. Like RK Bro was winning when they were doing the unification thing, like every
match, that's
like
true. Even the one-on-one matches.
Yeah, I was like, what's going on here? The Usos never lose like this badly. Like, I thought they were going to work that into.
It was consistently, yeah.
Yeah, like Monday, Friday. It was like every week. I was like, oh God. I was thinking maybe Shinsuke gets involved, and Sammy gets involved Sunday, and that's why we won't get a clean finish, and therefore they can still set up Drew and Roman.
Oh, I like that though. Make some type of excitement for the match, because other than that, it's just going to be like regular. We've seen it all.
Yeah. Wait, I'm giving a little heelish? No, I'm a baby face.
We're rubbing off on him. Rubbing off on him, ladies and gentlemen.
Are you really though with these actions that you have done these last couple of since yesterday? I don't know about this. I'm really questioning.
I'm out. Bye.
Krssi got people dying in the chat right now. Even Stephanie saying, Krssi going
Stephanie,
off.
come help me, please.
Stephanie's even calling out her.
Stephanie doesn't know the backstory. That's why.
Well.
See, you want me to tell us? I can tell. Okay, real quickly, Stephanie, since you just got here, just found out. I just met Mr. Perry. Guess what? He teaches at my kid's school. He didn't tell me, at least, all the children. It was a surprise that Sasha Banks was in Brooklyn at the kids' school. End story. And then Mr. Perry, and I'm like, wait, you teach where? Oh, I teach at this school. Really? My kids go there. Which grade are they in? There you go. And then I hit the principal up before I even knew who Mr. Perry was, right away.
True story.
Very true story.
Shoot.
You can't make this up. This is amazing. Thanks, SP.
We invited Mr. Perry on for a good time. He getting shoot on. It's all love. It's all love.
I'm gonna have my redemption arc. Okay, like I'm gonna have to have my moment to cut a promo and win back over. Like because right now I'm down bad. Like
you cut the white meat babyface promo to start the show, inspiring the kids.
Exactly. I'm gonna open the show. Okay.
You got this ruthless heel here,
right?
Just kind of tear you down.
Every step I get, I'm like, I'm getting back down. Like,
okay, I'll be nice. I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness,
I love it.
And yes, I am an old school recess mark. That's why I peeped. Sami Zayn is trying to get the vibes.
I never paid it no mind until you just said it, and I can't unsee it now. It's great.
He's Randall. He's got the same hair color and everything.
He does though. That's so funny.
I love how they're just going with this new nickname for you, the Educator, Mr. Perry.
I love that name.
They said he could be an excellent heel. There you go.
No,
the Educator. Oh, that's it. It's over. That's your name now. That's it. When you go to school, it's over. It's a wrap.
Here comes the Educator.
Oh my gosh.
It's over, friend.
My finisher will be expulsion.
Oh!
Bars, ladies and gentlemen. Bars being dropped.
Only on True Hill Heat, friends. Only on True Hill Heat.
He should have just dropped the mic. He should have just dropped the mic right there. Mic drop. And Frantic Girl saying...
You should have had him exit real quick, like boom.
No, for real. WWE really needs to capitalize off of that gimmick. That would be fire, actually. Like,
I agree.
There's so many cool tag names you could do for the moves.
Exactly, and they haven't done a real teacher gimmick since like Matt Striker, so it's been a while. A while. Yeah, they need to do it like every 10 years or so. Bring it back.
Maybe I'll do WrestleMania. Maybe I'll do like the.
He has a ruler in his hand too. That's cool. Yes, Stephanie. Yes.
And an apple in his hand.
and put a pencil right here on your
right.
Hand.
Okay, it's lit.
Yo, remember to drop that thumbs up on the video because you're getting some gems here. You're getting some gems. If you're a wrestler,
we haven't
or
even gotten halfway
wrestler,
through this show.
we're giving you all the gems here. But last night we also had AEW Rampage. They had a lot of women on this show, which I'm always a fan of. You had Toni Storm and Ruby Soho. They got a victory in the opener over Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, and Jamie Hayter. You also had Riho defeat Yuka Sakazaki to qualify for the Owen Hart Cup Women's Tournament, with the final bracket being revealed. Yes, you're going to have Toni Storm versus Jamie Hayter. You're going to have Riho versus Ruby Soho. You got Red Velvet versus Hikaru Shida. And you're going to see Dr. Britt Baker, DMD versus the Joker, the mystery Joker. So we don't know who that will be just yet. In my favorite segment of the night, Hook defeated JD Drake and then was propositioned by Danhausen to be in his corner next week against Tony Nese, which Hook turned down and pushed down Danhausen, who actually got him some birthday chips, because happy birthday to my Taurus brother Tyler, aka Hook, got some birthday chips and had some great acting after he got the birthday chips, feeling conflicted on what he did. And then finally Jay Lethal beat Takeshna in a good main event, a very showcase.
Yes.
Very good showcase for Takeshna. So Krssi Luv, what do you think about the Hookhausen storyline that's going on there?
It's funny. I'm engaged. I want to see what Hookhausen is gonna do, because I've only just seen him from Instagram. So I'm excited to see what foolishness he's gonna do. And he talks, and besides our intro as well too.
Absolutely. We got more people just talking about this educator gimmick. Yeah, everybody's talking about it in the chat. We got Annika with the tagline, "Let me teach you something."
Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
Yo, we got a whole gimmick for you. Yo, this is amazing. This is great. This is really this is what we do.
That's lit.
He thought he was coming on Trio Heat to talk wrestling. We're just giving him gimmicks. He can do the whole shtick for his class when he comes back.
Oh my gosh, they're gonna hate me.
Stephanie's like, you could throw an apple at people after you beat them.
Kind of like Carlito.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Bring it back.
Yeah.
Bring it back, because we still in the panorama, so it ain't smart to spit it. Just throw the apple.
Right, no spitting.
More violent. Alan Weinstein saying SP3 set up Mr. Perry to come, so Krssi could blast him.
Let me tell you something. SP3 knew all along. He knew everything, and I just feel like I need a space to decompress, because I'm getting attacked right now.
I did not know any of this, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna say
and drinks is on me. I'm sorry.
There you go. See, we getting him some drinks out of this, ladies and gentlemen.
Pick you up too.
We got Ashford Nash, who says the educator, Mr. Perry, should open each segment with classes in session.
Love it.
Oh, mic drop again, son. Yo, they got gems on this show. Yeah, where's Tough Guy JJ when you need him on this show today? Yo, this is funny. He's missing a good one.
And then finally, we got Stephanie was, "You never gonna come up if I subtract you from the equation."
Yes.
Stephanie, yo.
That's like my first promo. Like, that's all I'm saying. And then I'm gonna leave the ring and let everybody else figure it out.
Push the educator, son. It's over. It's over. We doing something on here, yo. Make that viral, peeps. Make that viral.
Leave them thinking about it, ladies and gentlemen.
Because that's deep right there.
That is.
I don't even teach math, and that's deep.
We got some love for Rampage as well, with Frantic World saying Rampage was good yesterday. We got Negro Buck who says Mom and I really enjoyed Rampage. We both really loved each of the women's matches. Yes, Mama Jackson's a big wrestling fan. Nick is always telling us about that. And Hook Hajim stays undefeated. Happy birthday, legend. Yes, indeed. And Ashford Nash saying Hookhausen is the new Rock and Sock connection. I agree with that one.
It's a big one.
That is a big one, but you get the vibes. You get the vibes though, with how Mankind
really trying. Yes, exactly. Yes, the Rock is Hook, and Mankind is Hausen. Yep.
The Mankind was the dweeb who was trying to get the attention of the popular jock. and to be his friend, and that's Danhausen with Hook, basically. You also had this week AEW Dynamite. They did their lowest rating since May 2021, 833,000. Everything's getting beaten to death by the NBA playoffs. The show was highlighted by Mercedes Martinez defeating Deonna Purrazzo to become the undisputed ROH Women's Champion in the main event. You also had Jeff Hardy beat Bobby Fish, as well as Ray Phoenix defeated Dante Martin in an awesome high-flying showcase for both Jeff and Phoenix to qualify for the Owen Hart Foundation Men's Tournament, with the final bracket being revealed. We got Ray Phoenix versus Kyle O'Reilly on one side, as well as Samoa Joe versus the Joker, Jeff Hardy versus Darby Allin, which goes down this Wednesday on Dynamite, as well as Adam Cole versus Dax Hardwood. Absolutely. There you go. Chris Jericho defeated Santana in a good grudge match to continue that rivalry. You also had Wardlow defeat the debuting W. Morrissey, formerly known as Big Cass. And then after the match, Wardlow beat down security until MJF agreed to a match under some conditions that will be revealed in a contract signing in the most magical place in the world, MJF's hometown of Long Island, New York. You also had Thunder Rosa and Serena Deeb set up their AEW Women's World Championship match at Double or Nothing, and Hangman Adam Page cut a remarkable promo leaning heel on CM Punk and saying he will embarrass Punk at Double or Nothing. Miss Krssi Luv, what did you think about Hangman Page kind of leaning the heel when we thought all this time it would be CM Punk who would be leaning heel going into the pay-per-view?
I kind of see why they're doing it, because, you know, CM is more of the face that everyone is going to cheer. So I guess he had to be the bad guy, because we can't have a heel versus a heel and a face versus face. So he had no choice but to be and revert back to what he used to do. So bring more alcohol, come out with the glass, and be a badass. That's it.
Indeed. I dig it. I love when they subvert the expectations that I'm going with. And so many people just are still we got a new hashtag for you, Mr. Perry. Push the educator. There it is. Everybody's let's make it happen.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
And we not even being educated by putting THE. We put in THA, the.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna fix that, y'all. Make sure I say push the educator.
You can't be the educator and spelling stuff wrong, ladies and gentlemen. Come on.
Y'all.
Come on.
And he's the ELA teacher, so you know that he has to make sure it's spelled properly.
Where's my tagline? Where's my tagline? Stephanie, what was it?
Well, classes in session.
Right, classes in session.
let them know. See, were you like me, Victor? I felt like watching wrestling used to help me with like spelling and ELA. Like I used to know how to spell a lot of words due to knowing how to spell the wrestlers' names. That really helped me as a kid.
Wow. Right.
It did. It did. It helped me with like learning like spelling of different stuff, and I used to win like spelling bees and be like always get A's in spelling because of wrestling.
That's fire.
Nice.
We even got our producer in the background telling me wrestling helped me with geography.
That is true. Because they always announce the cities.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. That is true. I never thought of it like that.
You're actually show on the bottom like when they're going next. And so, like, you know, like all these places in America
that were coming up in the future. Yes, they would just not show where they was just going next, but they would just show up to like maybe like 6 cities. And you'd be like, wow, where's Paris, Indiana? Like, you know, there's Paris.
Yeah.
Like, that's not really correct. I know that, but I'm just saying. Paris, Texas. There you go. They were in Paris, Texas.
There's a Paris, Texas?
Yes. Paris, Texas.
See?
I can go to Paris and say I went to Paris.
Right. No. There you go. See?
There you go. We got Stephanie showing some love for the Phoenix and Dante match.
Yeah, that match is awesome. Yes.
I loved how Phoenix was getting under his skin that Dante was jumping higher than him on the
right.
That popped me so much. We had Nick Jackson who says that main event on Dynamite could have been better if they had more time, in my opinion. Phoenix and Dante was mine and my mom's match of the night. Gotta agree there. Astrid Nash with a prediction for the Joker, saying Samoa Joe versus Cesaro. The Joker should be a great match. So I'll ask both of you guys. It's more a general question. Do you think they were going to get one of these free agents as the Jokers in the women's and men's Owen Hart tournament? Like right now, Mr. Perry, you got Cesaro's out there as a free agent, Johnny Gargano. You got Miro, who's out injured right now, but he could potentially come back. On the women's side, it's just a plethora of women free agents, from Athena to Mia Yim to Taya Valkyrie to Tegan Knox. Do you think we're going to get one of those ladies in the women's Owen Hart Cup? And who would you be? Who would be your pick, Victor?
I think everything is strategic with media. And so I think the person who's being mostly talked about right now is Athena.
This is true. And she did recently have an interview where she was like, I wouldn't say if I was joining AEW, just I'm open to talking to AEW, Impact, Stardom. She don't care who it is. She's open to talking to them. So you're probably on the money there. What about you, Krssi Luv? Give me a men's Joker choice. Who would it be for you? And a women's Joker choice.
I would love Cesaro to be that person. That pop. Do you understand that pop for him? Because everyone was behind Cesaro before he left. So the pop for him when they're in Vegas, my God, I'm getting goosebumps right now. I'm talking about it because it's going to be something incredible. The women, I wouldn't be mad if it was Athena or Mia Yim, to be honest. Because I don't think Gargano and his wife, they're still newly parents. You know,
that's true.
I don't think they're ready. They're ready to leave the nest as of yet. I think they're having fun, just not thinking about it. They're doing like their Twitch page and stuff like that. I think they're just enjoying not working and being, wrestlers right now, just enjoying life. You just need to decompress a little bit and just enjoy what you have right now. So I think they're right now. It's just too soon. They probably will later, maybe towards the ending of the year, because the baby is still little. You know what I'm saying? We still in the the panorama and stuff like that. So we have to like. That's what we call it over here, friend.
I know.
And Stephanie letting us know that's the heel part. It's spelled wrong. So
but I'm a baby face.
Exactly.
He's not. He doesn't want to be the heel, Stephanie. Unfortunately, he does. It's in his veins. He's like guilty by association.
Oh,
he doesn't want to be. He wants to be in like the bad boys club, but he's not really in like that in the club. Like he wants to be with the cool kids too.
I gotta start off
his schoolwork. He's like that.
I gotta start off.
The guy from Boys in the Hood. What's the brother name? That's him. He wanted to be cool.
Are you calling him the one that got shot?
I mean, I'm talking about that part though. Come on, friend. Just come on. I'm trying to give you like an analysis.
I'm gonna cue the tears so that way y'all can know I'm a baby face. So hold on.
There you go. Okay. There you go. That's the key to being a babyface. He learned from the Big Show. The Big Show taught us. Just cry. That's how you know he's a babyface. We got some criticism here from Annika, some valid criticism saying this was so wrong how they set up Deonna and Martinez this.
Yes.
I mean, how do you have Deonna have her debut in the main event and not have one promo video to tell us she is why we should care? Yeah, I totally agree with that.
They gave him 12 minutes.
And like 4 of the minutes was commercials.
Yeah.
Somebody's criticism is ringing true.
Yes.
Thank you. Keep going, junior friend. Thank you. There you go. See, thank you. That's the one I was talking about. Yep. Thank you. See, they know what I was talking about. I couldn't get the name. You know what I'm saying. But yeah, no, I think they did the ladies really bad in that particular part for the show. And also the promo with Thunder Rosa and Serena Deeb. My God, was it cringing? It was very awkward.
Thunder Rosa was doing so well, and then Serena Deeb kind of just slowed things down. You think she was doing good? I thought she was doing well on her own until Serena Deeb. The interaction with her and Serena Deeb, you could tell they weren't ready for that. It seemed it just didn't vibe right.
Yeah.
We got Annika who says, "Let me teach you something." Let that be a segment of the week on Twitter of Mr. Perry correcting people's tweets.
Ooh, that would be epic. So let me teach you something first. I want to know why you got. Let me not do that.
Let me teach you something. Lovely. I love this. And then we got more promos. I'm the biggest test you faced yet, and just like your math, you're gonna fail. Ooh.
Oh!
That feels very MJF. Very much like something he'd say.
I love how everyone just wants this gimmick to be a heel.
Listen, put it, hashtag it, and I'm gonna save it. All right, hashtag them all so I can find them, and I'm gonna save it. We're gonna make
Absolutely. And then Ashford saying, when the match ends, the educator, Mr. Perry, should lock on a submission on his opponents and say, "The bell doesn't dismiss you, I do."
Oh, that one. That's the one right there.
That's a bar.
That's the
that's
the one. Yep.
That's
it. It's over. Yep.
I will get a lot of DQs. I guess I am the heel.
Oh, we need the first teacher gimmick that's a baby face, and that's gonna be Mr. Perry.
That's Mr. Perry. I'm telling you, I can make it work.
You could.
All the kids love me.
There you go. We're making it work. We also had this week NXT 2.0 Spring Break.
Yes.
They did 661,000 viewers, so they were up.
A good show. It was actually, this must be something is happening in the waters of an NXT, because this is the second week that the show has actually been good, that I actually watched. I'm like, what is happening right now?
Mm-hmm,
right, from top to bottom. Yes, yes. The girls were great. They killed it.
The show was highlighted by Braun Breaker beating Joe Gacy to retain the NXT championship. After the match and after the show ended, the Druids attacked Breaker, stretching him out of the building. You also had a tremendous triple threat opener with Cameron Grimes defeating Carmelo Hayes and Solo Sikoa to retain the North American Championship. And of course, the ladies were highlighted as Nikita Lyons and Cora Jade beat Natalya and Lash Legend in a tag team battle. Mr. Perry, what was your highlight from NXT Spring Break in this past week?
My dude, Carmelo. Like, every time he's on, it's a highlight.
He's a star.
Like, I am his biggest fan, and I want him to be the biggest star in WWE, period. So seeing him wrestle, I was just like, I'm good. But like I said, the whole show, like Krssi said, was great. For the last 2 weeks, NXT has been, for me, probably the more entertaining show of the week.
Wow. Okay. All right. I ain't mad at you. Because I have to review it every week. So I have to find the way that it's entertaining to me. And Joe Gacy promos is my favorite thing about NXT 2.0, because I'm able to do it every Wednesday over on Wrestle Talk Podcast. But Krssi, what was your highlight from Spring Breaking?
No, Carmelo Hayes is amazing. I think the girls really delivered this week on the show. First of all, Lash Legend and Nikita, they are, first of all, they're women. They're not size 2 women. They're very tall women at that. And for them to, they remind me of Beth Phoenix, Chyna's, those women that were big, but also move well. And they're still a little green, but they're on TV. They're getting shine. They're being pushed, and they're being pushed in a good way. So I'm liking the direction, and then you got to give it to Natty for being the GOAT. Well, she doesn't say she's a GOAT, but she's the boat. Yeah, she's the boat, and she's going out there. She's going out there to help these women get better.
I just wish, my only criticism is there needs to be more wins for Lash. She's losing everything to
Nikita. Yes.
And it's not making
it's not fair.
Yeah, and it's also well, then why you keep getting attitude? She got all this fire, you know what I mean? Lash is coming for her. She should be winning, so that it makes it seem okay, it's neck and neck. Right now, it's just dang, girl, you getting beat every week. But you still got this fire. You a loser. No offense. It makes me look like a loser, and I love Lash. So
no, I definitely agree with you. Hopefully, they give her
make
something.
Sense. Yeah.
They give her something in this breakout tournament, but I think this breakout tournament is
Will Rock singing?
Nah, I think it's for Nikita Lyons, because the report is from Dave Meltzer this past week on Sunday Night's Main Event is that WWE is high on Nikita Lyons because of how she's been viral on social media and been gaining popularity ever since her debut. They view her as the next big thing in the women's division, which I've said before, I'll say it again. She has that it factor to her. There's something about her that draws people in, and that's why she's getting popular. And yes, it's her beauty and her booty. It's a little bit of both. Why people are making why she's been this viral sensation.
I just wonder though if it's her popularity and her virality is because of her booty and her beauty.
Yeah, I mean, I like what she
because to give her a tournament win,
right,
is a big deal. You know what I mean? Like, I just wonder, like, if that's the smartest decision. I mean, she can wrestle, and she's been wrestling before NXT, but it's like you're the face of NXT at that point for the women's division.
Right?
Is she really the face? I just feel like I don't know. But then again, there's no like back in the old days, like 15, 16, 17, there was always a clear face of the women's division. Like you knew like who that girl was. I don't know it right now. That's the only criticism I have for the women's division in NXT is like who is the clear woman that is, because Mandy Rose isn't it. Clearly. Like,
they've gone back though. Mandy Rose has been it for them because they're kind of like reverting back close to what we heard with Athena's interview with Chris Van Vliet. They're going back to like the Divas era. So that's why Mandy Rose has been established. So if you're going back to the Divas mode, it would kind of be appropriate that Nikita Lyons is the next one up.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, but I totally agree.
He usually does that. You have a thought and then he just your whole thought and just.
Oh no! So that's the beautiful thing about being the educator. I'm going to put my phone on. Here's my moment. The educator sees sides from both perspectives, and he acknowledges all points.
And that's why he's a babyface, ladies and gentlemen. You see, but he is 100% right. The best woman in the breakout tournament is Roxanne Perez. She's the best wrestler. Honestly, male or female, I think she's one of the best in NXT after only like 2 matches. Like I can say that, honestly.
She's fire. Absolutely. Yeah. And I think once they get it right, get her the right gimmick, just put her on the main roster at this point.
Indeed.
We got where though?
Another suggestion here.
SmackDown needs it.
SmackDown does need it. SmackDown is the one that's fit. That's really like they need help over there right now.
Yes.
Because especially if Sasha and Naomi are going to be tag team.
You
need another single baby face, and apparently that's not Lacey Evans. So
and I thought it could be Raquel, but then they made Raquel so heelish, and then they made Xia Li heel. I'm like, what's going on?
All they've been telling Raquel is you got to smile if you're a baby face, but that's not Raquel. That's not what got Raquel over. Like, it's very jarring. That
maybe they'll make Aaliyah the baby face.
Oh no! Please, no. Ash with a good suggestion here, saying, "Oh my God, I just thought of this: Hangman Adam Page versus the Educator, Mr. Perry, the battle of the teachers."
Hangman can hang it up.
Bars. But you're a baby face. So they said Slam and Sammy Joe says no, the Educator, Mr. Perry, and Hangman should be a tag team. The teachers, the tag team teachers.
I would like that as well. But he needs to also know that I'm the Educator. That's why it's the Educator.
Oh, he's like I'm the leader here.
Right.
You're an AEW World Champion, but I'm the leader here. I'm the leader of this team. And Stephanie.
Oh no, Stephanie, that was not what I meant.
You're a loser, quote unquote. See, people are quoting you now. ALW saying the Educator will put you in a permanent timeout.
That's right.
Oh,
permanent reflection.
Permanent reflection.
Yeah.
Community removal.
We also got Slam and Sammy Joe says, "How you gonna step to the Educator without studying?"
That's a fact. Bar. Y'all add that to like a bar like.
Oh, we need like an explosion. Romeo's in the live chat. You need to get behind the scenes and work on this stuff. Like they're coming up with gems in the live chat right now.
Oh, you have to add him to the cookout too, friend. He's supposed to be there. Yep.
Yes, indeed. We also had WWE Raw this week. They did 1.581 million viewers. The show featured a mini Bullet Club crossover, like we talked about earlier, with AJ Styles beating Damian Priest to have him banned from ringside at WrestleMania Backlash. And then Finn Balor made the save for Styles against Judgment Day. Then the two former Bullet Club members embracing. You had Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, and Asuka defeat Sonya Deville, Rhea Ripley, and Becky Lynch in a fun 6-woman main event. I love this matchup. This was a whole bunch of fun. The best match on that show. You had Cody Rhodes interrupt the Seth Rollins Appreciation Night, which led to Seth bringing up Dusty to get under Cody's skin ahead of WrestleMania Backlash. There was also a big, huge brawl between the Bloodline and Drew McIntyre and RK Bro to kick off the show, with Roman saying, "Acknowledging me," and then RK Bro coming out of nowhere with the RKO. So this was actually, Raw's been on a little bit of a streak. What about you? You just said you love, NXT most week, but I would say overall, Raw has probably been the best show for WWE weekly.
Yeah, I would say booking-wise, Raw has been the best, especially with storylines. And with you doing that recap, I'm just like, yo, wow, Raw was lit. Two things I'm gonna say. Two things. With the Cody and Seth, I'm torn, because Cody shouldn't be losing, but Seth should be.
Yes.
So
that's the fact.
Really do. Like,
call it DQ. I call it disqualify. Somebody got to get, somebody's got to, and something has to happen so that they both don't lose. Because again, this is something that's for both guys. I don't want to, neither one should. It's so hard. It's so hard.
Yeah, I don't. That's the only thing I'm like, ugh. I also, three things. Second thing, I do not like the stipulations because they reveal who's going to win. Like when they did the AJ, it's like we already know Priest is going to lose. I mean the finish was okay, but it's like, what you mean?
Do we think he's gonna lose, or is he gonna win?
Well, Priest, no. When Priest with that stipulation on, he's talking about the stipulation on Raw. If Priest lost, he was banned from ringside. It was obvious he was gonna lose.
Yeah, and I dislike that because the whole point is you're supposed to be creating this stable. So it's shouldn't he be at ringside? Like they should be unstoppable at this point.
Right.
And then my favorite moment, though, unfortunately, and it's the one that I lost my voice on. And I feel bad for it, but it's Bianca's braid when it smacked Asuka in the face.
Yes.
In the entrance, it was so funny because it was
it wasn't even on purpose. Like she really,
it wasn't even on purpose. The braid was just like, move out my way, sis. Like,
right, yeah. Or the braid was talking for herself. Yeah.
But no, that match was a banger, yo. Absolute banger. And I'm happy for the women's division on Raw because they finally getting it together. And it's like so many storylines. And the fact that you could have a 6-minute tag and have so many storylines, it was epic. I was like, yeah, y'all do that. Y'all better go.
My Stephanie and I were talking about that as well. Not giving it all away, but all the ladies that was in that ring all were all had something going on with every one of them all together.
Yes.
At some point in time.
All of them had history, like you said, at some point. And then you had the tease of Bianca and Rhea.
Yes.
And then I love how Bianca and Becky never interacted.
Right.
Bianca was like, I'm the champ. She was like, I'm the champ. I loved it. I was like, y'all are killing this, who's ever producing it.
Whoever did this match did a great job. And I like that they let them go last. They didn't have to be at 10 or at 9. They let them close out. And everyone got their own entrance too. They didn't do commercial entrances. Everyone got an entrance.
And the right person got the win.
Correct.
Absolutely. Liv Morgan was
momentum.
Liv Morgan was the person who needed the win the most. And that spot where Asuka did the hip attack into Liv Morgan doing the code breaker, that was one of my favorite spots of the whole entire week.
Yeah, they were eating.
They're the winners of the week. Yep, they're the MVPs.
And I love this, Annika saying ruler drop. It's not mic drop, it's the ruler drop.
Hey. All right, ruler drop.
We also got Vala B. If you ever feud with Eddie Kingston, that's what Eddie Kingston would say to you. Reflect on these nuts.
So can I respond?
Yes.
I will say first, sir, you don't speak to me that way. I'm an adult. You're an adult. Reflect on your language.
And then you drop the ruler and leave.
Ruler
and out.
Steph screaming it from the mountaintop. Raw has been the best show the last 6 months. So she's adamant about that.
No, it's okay that you revealed the best show of the week. It's all right. Dad, you don't have to rub it in our faces.
Just rubbing it in. Rubbing it in. What we're really trying to say is that the True Hills need to be, a little bit more given to the thumbs up for Monday Night Raw each week on Rated Raw Superstars. Y'all been staying with those thumbs in the middle. It's a thumbs up show a lot of different weeks. It's good stuff going on Monday Night Raw.
They're doing good. They're doing good.
Like I said, the problem with NXT, I feel it's a bad show with some good qualities. There's good qualities to it. It's a bad show. I'm sorry.
I'm an NXT fanatic.
From week to week,
it's like a sandwich,
names. I don't know people's names from week to week.
They're new. I mean,
no, it's because they changed them.
Yeah, they're not new. They changed them. Yep.
Fair. But still, they're getting it together. Okay, give my NXT its flowers. All right,
I'm giving it a chance. I have to.
Okay, how about this? Raw, NXT. SmackDown.
We're in agreement.
That's absolutely correct. They're absolutely right.
Agreement.
It's like a sandwich. You know how? Right.
Yeah.
You know how to keep a lot of sandwiches?
It's at least in the middle.
What kind of sandwich is it? Tuna.
Okay, so see the sandwich, right? You know how you buy the sandwich and they put like too much oil and vinegar to make the bottom soggy.
And
so
the bottom is SmackDown, making it soggy.
Yeah, there you go. That's it.
Gotcha.
Oh my goodness. But the rest of the shows that we missed, I'll just run through these. You had AAA Triple Mania 30. They had the Young Bucks defeated Rey Fenix and Vikingo in a banger of a main event. You also had Sammy Guevara and Ty Conti won the AAA mixed tag team titles in a 3-way when Sammy faked the injury and then came in with a crush to win. You also had You also had Ultimo Dragon beat Pentagon Jr., LA Park beat Valino, the fourth, I believe. Kinetic beat Psycho Clown, and Jalistico Jr. beat Blue Demon Jr. in the Ruleta de la Mente tournament that will continue at June's Triple Mania event over on Impact on Access TV. Jonah beat PCO in a crazy Monsters Ball. You also had Jay White and Chris Bay defeat Rich Swann and Willie Mack in what was Willie's final Impact Wrestling matchup for the time being. Tomohiro Ishii beat Steve Macklin in a hard-hitting clash. Then you had GCW in Too Deep, who had Speedball Mike Bailey defeat Joey Janela in a fantastic all-action banger. You had Blake Christian beat Biff Busick in a brilliant brawl, and Christian once again called out Johnny Gargano, John Moxley, Alex Shelley, and Kushida, and you had John Wayne Murdoch defeat Cole Radrick to retain the GCW Ultraviolet title. But let's get into the news rundown, because there was a lot of news from WWE and AEW this week. Roderick Strong has requested his release. According to a report from Fightful Select, Strong was asked for his release from WWE multiple times, according to this report, over the last several months, but the company has refused to grant his request. The report states that Strong is frustrated with a number of things in the company, and a source within the company has noted that WWE management wanted to change Strong's ring name, and I just was saying this to Mr. Perry there.
Oh, God.
As has been the case for a number of NXT talent over the past few weeks, and Strong was reportedly opposed to the idea, and a number of people within the company were surprised Strong wasn't let go by the company last week with the multiple other NXT released talent. So like you said, you're a big fan of NXT. What did you think about those NXT releases, and were you surprised that Roderick Strong wasn't involved in that? Because a lot of people did think that he was going to be one of those names.
No, he's an asset. I think he helps a lot of talent behind the scenes as well.
Yeah.
So he's necessary. I hope that they can figure out how to creatively keep him happy, so that he is on TV and like he's happy where he is. But I didn't expect him to get released. Actually, I didn't expect any releases. I feel like Dexter Lumis still has a place. Like,
I agree.
There were creative spots I think they could have created for him. It was such a loss. Who else? Oh my God! Don't even get me started with Dakota. Like,
yeah, we had that. Yep.
She should have just been put to the main roster if y'all didn't think she fit the 2.0 brand. Like, she could help SmackDown out. She could be a face. Like, we're sitting here trying to figure out who is a woman in the SmackDown division who can give Charlotte a run for their money. Like, let Dakota work. Like, she's been working. She's worked with all the girls have moved up that she's worked with. It's her time. So I was disappointed with that.
They dropped the ball with her.
I didn't think much with Persia. She needed more time, I guess. But yeah, that was it, right? Who else got released?
I think out of like the known names, I think the other one was Harland. Yeah. Which that was the most surprising for me because they said they wanted all these athletes that they could mold into wrestlers, and then they tried to mold him into a wrestler he wasn't. Like, he's a former like amateur wrestler and grappler, and they made him into like a big spooky dude.
So I had never seen the documentary series Break the Ground. What's it called? Groundbreak.
I think it was Breaking Ground.
Breaking Ground.
Yeah.
And seeing like how like the wrestlers would get released if they weren't performing well. I just wonder, like, maybe he just didn't connect with this of wrestling that they wanted to teach, and because they're signing so many people almost every other 6 months, they just had to get rid of them, unfortunately.
And it sucks. I just think that right now, I know Roderick's involved in this whole Diamond Mine storyline where he's like trying to take the leadership, and he's kind of being the antagonist to the Creeds who are getting like babyface reactions. But I'm just like, this man, let this man free, because his wife, his best friends are all at AEW. It's obvious if he's asking for it multiple times, that's where he wants to be.
Yep.
And maybe I won't say anything else. Yeah.
But someone else who joined their significant other on the outside of WWE was Candice LeRae this week. Fightful Select reports that Candice is now a free agent as her contract with WWE has officially expired. She joins her husband, Johnny Gargano, on the independent scene as his deal expired back in December. There's no word on an extension at this time, and according to sources, she is gone from the company and has been moved to the alumni section on WWE.com. One source noted that if they had their way, freezing LeRae's contract during her maternity leave would be in her court, but there's no word if that happened. There are no 90-day non-competes for expiring contracts, so LeRae is free to work anywhere she wants if she's up for it. Since leaving WWE, Gargano hasn't worked any matches, but has been booked for autograph signings, and the two, of course, welcomed their first son, Quill, back in February. Krssi Luv, do you think that me personally, I think that the family of wrestling, Johnny Wrestling and Candice Wrestling, will eventually go back to WWE, maybe to the main roster? What do you think?
Oh, you think that they're going to go back to WWE?
Yeah, I think they're going back to WWE.
Really? Bless your heart.
Yeah. I do. I just think that they left on good terms, and Johnny has like goals. He wants to be like an Intercontinental Champion. He wants to work WrestleMania. So I could see them going back to WWE.
Oh, that's cute. I don't think it'll be right away. Probably it'll come back eventually. But I feel like they'll go somewhere before they go back to WWE. I feel like he wants to venture off and maybe, I mean, that's just me. I could be wrong. I can admit that. But I don't see them. I see them now and just enjoying life with the fam. And again, her contract expiring and not renewing it, great, because she's on maternity leave anyway. So it works out better for her. But I don't see them going over there. They can go back eventually, but not the next step. The next part of their career, I don't think they'll go back over there yet.
I think it's going to be interesting wherever they go when they eventually make that decision. One person who might be on their way back to WWE is W. Morrissey, apparently. He made his AEW debut, like we talked about earlier, on Dynamite against Wardlow. And while he lost the match, it may help him in the future, according to Andrew Zarian on the latest Matman Pro Wrestling podcast. People in WWE were said to be impressed with the former Big Cass during his match. Zarian said, I got a couple of messages about him from people, and people wanted to know when his contract ends. I'm not going to say that WWE is going to take him, but I can tell you that WWE is definitely impressed by him. There's no way around it, man. I got a message last night while he's coming out, and somebody wrote, did you see this effing guy? He's in the shape of his life after, dealing with addiction problems and coming back from that. He had his whole collapse in Philadelphia back in 2018, 2019, and now he's come back refreshed, looking like a brand new man. Mr. Perry, would you like to see W. Morrissey, the former Big Cass, back in WWE?
Yeah, and the reason why is because he's new to me, because I didn't know much of him.
You missed that era.
And when I watched Breaking Ground, he was all in it.
Yeah.
So looking like with that context and seeing where he is now, I would love it. There's another dude that was on Breaking Ground, Tino Sabat.
Yes, Sabatelli. Tino Sabatelli.
He's no longer in WWE, and I'm like, dang, like, well, what happened? Because like I was rooting for those guys, like, in the shit and seeing them trying to get off the ground and make their goals. Corbin obviously made his. So yeah, I like to see it back in WWE.
When did you start watching wrestling, friend?
I stopped watching it after Victoria retired. WWE. She was my favorite.
Dedication.
Yeah, my fave. So I was like 2009, and then I started
at 9.
And I make music, so like then that music took over.
Got it.
Long period of time.
Gotcha.
And then in the early, like late 2019, December 20, I would say 2020 at this point, because December 2019 is 2020. So like 2020 is when I got back into it.
Okay.
Watching it. Yeah.
I love that.
I love
when people like either drop out of it and when they come back, because it really can dictate what you're watching and what you're into, and the different wrestlers that kind of catch your eye. It's like a whole new perspective watching wrestling again in like adult.
Oh, it was like watching it fresh. Yo, I had my brother always watched it. I mean, he stayed all throughout his life. So he would keep me updated and say like certain names. So like when I started watching, I was like, oh, I know that name. I know that name. But it was just bizarre to see like so much color. I was like, what is going on?
Right. Yes. You come back at like a time. Yes. What a time, friend. What a time.
When we were kids, like all the black guys were in like one group. For me, they were
and jobbers.
And jobbers, yeah. It was like the Nation of Domination and stuff like that. But it wasn't as it is now, where it's just very like you got Hispanics, you got different it's all over the place. It's beautiful. Yeah, it's beautiful. The
women, and the thing that really got me were the women, because like I said, I loved Victoria, and I wish she would have gotten her chance to really show what she could do. She didn't. And so to see the women now who are like reminiscent of her, like Bianca and even Beth at her time, but like Bianca and Kel, like the strong women, like really be the front runners in their divisions. Rhea, I'm like, yo, let's go. Like, this is what Victoria did for you ladies. Like, I love it.
Yeah, I love this comment from Annika, who says, wow, I would say that 2016, 2017 was the best year of wrestling in a minute. I love, like, because you get, like, if you come in that era, like NXT was kind of like the thing that got people back into professional wrestling. And then you got people like Frantic World who says, I started watching wrestling again when AEW started. And that can give you a totally different perspective as well. So I love the difference that we got all over in wrestling with the fans, where you kind of can have your own thing by when you get back into it. Stephanie saying that I was the biggest Enzo and Cass fan, man.
I love them. Yeah, you can't teach that.
Yeah, and that was also with Carmelo, right?
Yes. Carmelo was the biggest star from the group.
Oh, yeah, can you believe that? When I was watching Breaking Ground, I would have never guessed. But you know who else stayed? That's why I said the comment earlier, and y'all are like, Aaliyah.
Yeah.
Because she was on the chopping block so many times. So I have so much like respect like for her. Like I really want her to have something. For those, it's been like almost 10 years.
Yeah, I do the Friday review with on SmackDown and Rampage with Dutch Mantel, and he was like, he even talks about Aaliyah a lot, and he's like, they warehoused her for like 7 years. They just kept her in the performance center. So it's like I just I don't know. Like I wish they would, like, if there was like valets. I feel like not everybody has to be a wrestler. Like valets and managers were some of the best characters for me when I was growing up. If Aaliyah was a valet, I think I would be more into her as a character. I think she would be great at that. It's just in the ring, I don't think she has that just yet with the level that the women are at on the main roster right now.
And mind you, you just said that she was sitting down for 7 years. So it's like, why is she not like at a level that she should be at? You understand what I'm saying? Not every woman doesn't have to be a wrestler. You know, she could be one of the, like, she could have been a ring announcer. Like, she could have been something more than just, you know, in the ring. Like, bring back valets. Why we cannot have valets? Maybe I want to go there and I'm a good talker. I don't have to wrestle.
Facts. Not everybody can do the whole wrestling thing. Like I think Zelina is good in the ring, but she's just much better as a valet. Like that was her thing.
Really good at the mic.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love.
She's a great character.
Yeah,
great character, and I like. She's so funny. Like I had the chance to interview her during Survivor Series weekend. She's just hilarious. She's very witty. So it's just like she's a great character, great talker. That's why she just worked so well as a valet and helped out Andrade so much during the time he really needed it.
Zelina was a modern day sensational Sherry.
But you see how we segue here talking about valets and managers. Malcolm Bivens is one of the other names that was released. And during a comedy special he just recently did, Malcolm Live at the Stand, Malcolm Bivens confirmed some rumors as well as had hilarious lines in this take. Some of the quotes that I got here, he says, I hate to say it, I have to control my narrative. Hey, don't boo. I'm unemployed. You can't boo me. All right. I get a pass. All right. So here's the truth. There's a lot of rumors, a lot of speculation. Was I offered a contract in February? Yes. Did I say no to said contract? Yes. Was I offered to be with Omos? No. No one said a word to me about managing Omos. Was I told about the main roster? Yes. And people, they think I'm crazy. Like, Malcolm, you threw away millions potentially. You walked away. Yeah, I did, because I didn't want to do it anymore. Unfortunately, I wasn't happy. At Stand and Deliver, I had a conversation with the head writer and I told him so. And then 2 weeks ago, I said the same thing. I don't think this was for me. That's okay, because your happiness is not dictated by what people say you should do. Happiness is dictated by what you think you should do. There's a difference, right? Wow. And then he went on to say a hilarious bit here where he says, all the people from the UK talking about what's wrong with that little black bloke. I heard he turned down his contract. Does he have a drug problem or something? I was like, shut the fuck up. You can't talk shit about me just because Nick Khan forgot y'all exist. He said, yeah, you ain't better than me, motherfuckers. You not better than me. NXT UK is crazy, man. I'm gonna say this. If you work for WWE and you want to stay there forever, get transferred to NXT UK. You could be number one on the FBI's most wanted list, kidnap 3 families, shoot up the Popeyes down the street. They'll put you in a program with Ilya Dragunov. They don't give a shit. Just saying. I mean, with all due respect.
It's true, though. Oh, my God. He's talking facts, friend. Damn.
It is true. It is true.
Mr. Perry needs a bit. This man, he could have been Ronda Rousey's mouthpiece.
He could have been everybody who can't cut a promo's mouthpiece.
That part.
He literally could have been. He could have been like how they. I love what they're doing at LA Knight, maybe with the management. But he could have been like the save you from catering guy, and like really got people over. But like you said, the thing that he said about happiness stings, and I applaud him for it.
Yeah,
because you know everything's not what it seems, and you got to be happy. We only get one life that we live, and doing something just to do it for the sake of it and being miserable, you don't enjoy it. And you're missing out on life and missing out on opportunities that can bring you happiness. So I look up to the man. I wish him his best. I hope he finds whatever happiness that he's looking for, because he's such a entertaining person, and I love how he brings so much joy. It was cool to see him because, and that's the thing. I think back to me when what I'm doing with the kids. Wish I could have saw him as a kid, in his role, because maybe that would have inspired me to really go after WWE and be a manager, and do something of that nature. We didn't have that, so hopefully, he's in a place where he can still continue to inspire people and give them hope.
Yeah, like I 100% agree with everything you said. Like someone like that, when I was growing up, I would probably try to get into professional wrestling because he's just so naturally funny and he could talk for so many different people, and he just has that, he just oozes charisma. So it's kind of sad that at the end of this, he kind of said that he might be done with professional wrestling. I hope that's not the case, because we really need him. We would love for him to be in whatever company he wants to go to, wherever he wants to work.
No, he's going to be Jade's mouthpiece. He has to be, she's going to fire his own boy, and he has to go with the baddies.
We got Annika saying the same thing. Malcolm Bivens for Jade Cargill's new manager.
On Twitter. Somebody got to do it.
But does she need one?
No, she doesn't.
She doesn't. But
she's her own mouthpiece. She's her own star.
Yeah, okay.
And the baddie section is cute, but she doesn't need it. You know what I mean? Like,
cute. Wow. Damn. We love it over here. What?
Oh no, I love it.
I love it.
He's the educator.
She's so big. Like she doesn't need any of that. She is anything she does is gonna be absolute golden at this point. So it's like, does he need to be her mouthpiece? No. There's other wrestlers who could really, I think, benefit from it and get over with it.
I agree. I feel like someone like Dante Martin would love to have like Stokely Hathaway, or Private Party's another one. So yeah, I think there's other people that could need him a little bit more than Jay, because Jay is money. She's a megastar. It was also noted at the time that Malcolm Bivens had no intention of re-signing with the company, even after pitches for the main roster were made for him. According to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, the creative team in NXT was said to be caught off guard by the news. They were not told about plans to release Bivens ahead of time, and Bivens had a storyline happening with his Dynamite stable, including some tension with Roger Strong, like we talked about earlier. Prior to his release, the creative team had been working on ways to continue the angle. So it kind of caught everybody by surprise, which kind of segues nicely into the WWE draft, which is set to come back in September. The Wrestling Observer, hey, they always do it around that time. It will be after SummerSlam either way. But the feeling was that it could be in August, right after SummerSlam, and before Clash at the Castle, which is going to be in September. Either way, it will definitely be this fall. So no, you seem angry about that, Miss Krssi Luv.
Me too.
You too?
I don't like yes. I'm not a fan of it. I hate it.
Me neither, because SmackDown before the draft was lit.
Right.
Raw is
Yep.
lit.
Yep.
It's like they never can get it right.
Never. Except back years ago, it used to be, lit for both shows, and now they I don't know, they just can't get it. They're not getting it, and they refuse to get it because they want to just entertain. They're in the business of sports entertainment now.
That is true. I will say, like, they never are able to balance it the right way, it seems. So
because when we went over the recaps, Raw, it was heavy. It was a no-brainer, like
heavy
hitters, just heavy. Meanwhile, over here on SmackDown, it's like we're scratching to think about like
what. Yep.
I don't like the draft, and then it messes with me because Raw was always like an option. For the draft, like Friday night was always like you got to be there. Now it's like, man, Friday night's an option. Like Raw, I have to be awake for all 3 hours, like after work. Like it's like, come on, guys, get it together. Like,
and that's a Monday. Like Friday, at least when it was lit on Fridays, you had Saturday to rest up afterwards. But Man, it's tough out here in the streets. AEW news, moving on to that. Without a single match being announced, AEW and New Japan Pro Wrestling's Forbidden Door pay-per-view has sold out. They sold out the pre-sale in under 40 minutes. The pre-sale began at 11 a.m. Eastern time on Thursday. WrestleTix reports that this doesn't even mean the event is actually sold out yet, but it did go on sale on Friday, and it instantly sold out and it's sold out. 14,000 is going to be in attendance for the event at the United Center, and the general public sale sold out within minutes. So this was something that was debated a lot. Miss Krssi Luv, if you gotta make a move, go, thumbs up for you. But yeah, I think it's really great news for AEW. They are growing. They're going to sell out a huge building. What is kind of the thing for AEW that catches your attention that you will translate that to your class in the wrestling club? What do you like about AEW?
Because I'm going to introduce the kids to AEW soon. I'm still learning it and understanding the product because, like I said, me growing up, all I knew was WWE.
Yeah,
I didn't know of anything else. So understanding that every promotion is different, the way in which they look at sports entertainment is different, as well as the wrestling aspect is different. The way the matches flow and how the characters jive and the way the stories are told are different. And so I'm still trying to figure out where I fit within the AEW world. But I have watched all the pay-per-views. I don't watch every programming, but when I do watch the pay-per-views, I'm always like, oh my God, this is insane. So like this pay-per-view, Forbidden Door, like I said, I have a friend who's introducing me to all like the different promotions and things around the world. I'm watching this. I told him remind me of the women's tournament because the bracket looked fire. I want to watch that. After seeing the men's bracket, I'm curious to see who the Joker is. So like there's little bits and pieces, and then there's also characters within AEW that I really, really like. Love MJF. Ricky Starks, I think, is fire. Hook is mysterious. Like I want to see where he goes. Jade Cargill's a freaking star. So like they have people that make me want to tune in when I have time and when I like remember. So like it hasn't hooked me 100% yet, but I do, and I love and respect the product.
Love to hear that. Love to hear like people who are not too heavy into AEW and what attracts them, because that's kind of the thing where AEW kind of has to put the focus on the right people, and I think they do a good job with that. Like with a couple of people you said, like MJF, Jade Cargill, the Hook push has been really well done. So I like to hear that type of perspective. We also got Stephanie in the live chat talking to you guys saying no, don't touch the women's division on Raw. Hashtag
right. Yeah. Let the girls on SmackDown figure it out on their own. Leave Raw alone. I agree.
We also got Andrew who says they don't have enough big stars to care about the draft. I think they do have big stars, but they don't always focus on the right people in WWE.
Right.
And that's why I'm asking for AEW to do the opposite. If you're going to be the alternative, do the opposite of that. And Romeo adding, MJF is not for the kids.
Why you think I ain't Romeo? Why you think I ain't showed it to him yet? Come on, Andy. I'm the educator. Okay, give me some credit.
Absolutely. Ash Vanash saying, so has Forbidden Door sold out faster than All In? No, All In I think sold out completely in 30 minutes. I think this one it was like 50 minutes, but still it's crazy the amount of tickets they sell like in like a few minutes. They have a hot product whenever they have like one of these big pay-per-views. They're selling out very quickly. And then Stephanie also adding, Raw is hitting on all cylinders. I get to review Raw, so that's why she's selfish,
right?
Ladies and gentlemen.
Right, exactly. I keep telling you that she gets the better of the show. Yeah,
and the fave is there too. Come on.
Yes,
right.
Yes, exactly. She doesn't want Becky to leave. That's what she's trying to say, ladies and gentlemen. After the contracts of Jack Evans and Marco Stunt recently expired, their names were taken off of the website, but another name that is no longer included on AEW's roster page is now the Dark Order member Stu Grayson, suggesting that he's no longer with the company. Dave Meltzer commented on Stu's situation and reported that Grayson's AEW contract expired, much like Janela, Evans, and Stunt, and the word backstage is that Grayson and AEW failed to come to terms on a new agreement. Of course, he debuted back at Double or Nothing 2019, and Fightful Select also added more details. According to their report, AEW offered Grayson a new deal. However, they were not able to come to terms by May 1st, and his contract expired. Additionally, it was indicated that the door is not closed for a potential return. So he went to Twitter on Friday and made a statement and said, update on April 30th, my contract with AEW expired. Best of luck to everyone working for AEW, our great production, medical team, and of course, every man and woman who steps into the ring. And to my Dark Order family, I hope the world will soon see what you are truly capable of. And going into that, AEW is expanding more for the kids with video games. They got a new video game about to drop this year. It's going to be called Fight Forever on a Twitch live stream. They showed footage of Nyla Rose and Chris Statlander in the game, who are confirmed. And Evil Uno also announced that the console game will be available on PC. It's been a while since I heard about PC games. I was like,
right,
okay,
exactly. Cool. They still do that.
Fightful Select reports that the game's roster sits at about 50 names, but there will be unfortunate notable omissions. Although Bodyslam.net reported, and we got the report early last 2 weeks ago from Cassidy, who said that Owen Hart is set to be featured in the game. Fightful Select adds that Sting, CM Punk, Bryan Danielson, Adam Cole, and Ruby Soho have all been confirmed. And the report notes that Kenny Omega has needed time off to rest from injuries, but that's been a blessing in disguise as he's gone above and beyond to help in any way he can. He is said to have been a major part in getting WWF No Mercy game director Hideki Gede Ashike on the game, with Ashike's contributions being a big help, and AEW's music producer Mikey Ruckus has done a lot of work on the game as well. However, Sports Gamers Online reports that AEW and Yuke's, the former developer for WWE, are said to have a difficult working relationship, and the game has been in development for nearly 2 years, with the reported release in September. And apparently it's been far from positive, with the relationship between AEW and Yuke's, particularly with Kenny Omega, isn't in the best place, with Omega frustrated and hating working with the company. One source claimed that it felt like Yuke's was trying to take advantage of Omega because of his inexperience in creating a video game, and there have been multiple arguments, and AEW has put a significant amount of money into the game, with budget issues and constraints led to the planned features being cut or removed entirely. So it hasn't been all rosy between AEW with their video game process, to say the least. But
it doesn't sound like it is. It sounds like a headache.
It sounds very, very muddy over there. Frantic World saying, yeah, AEW on PC, let's go. We also got Negro Buck, who says, man, Stu is such a great guy, wishing him the best for sure. Annika saying, I really can't believe they didn't renew Grayson's contract. He was one of the good ones. Yeah, I agree with you. I feel like they could have done more with the Dark Order, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
And Caden's joining us in the live chat saying, all right, SP3, there's 2 hockey games on this afternoon. You better watch. Thank you, Caden. They're trying to get me into.
I love better. I love that he said you better.
I know they're trying to get me into hockey, guys. We do a sports podcast on Fridays over on Fightful Overbooked, where I talk all about the NBA. But Caden and Jeremy are trying to get me into hockey. But I'm only rooting for my namesake.
The playoffs, they have two things going on, right?
That's the only person I'm rooting for. Wrestling Observer newsletter reports that after years of rumors, AEW has created a set of trios title belts. Obviously, they wouldn't create the belts unless they had intent to introduce them, and Tony Khan has hinted at that in the past, but said he won't do the tournament until Kenny Omega has returned. Miss Krssi Luv, who is your favorite trio in AEW?
Ooh, I like Pac, Penta, and what's his damn? Why am I drawing blank?
Ray Phoenix.
Ray Phoenix. There we go. Thank you. I think they would be great as a trio.
I love the Blackpool Combat Club. That's my trio.
That trio. Yeah, that's a good. I like them too. They're great right now. And I love that promo they did.
Oh yeah, that promo.
Oh, we didn't. Yes, we didn't get to talk about that. That was amazing. Great job. Great stuff.
You mentioned earlier Victor, about the Breaking Ground series and how that got you more into stuff in WWE. Well, apparently AEW is going to do something similar on TBS. They're going to do a behind the scenes type of show in the works on TBS, and fans were sent emails to ask about possible titles. This would indicate good news with AEW standing with Discovery ever since the merger. And according to Dave Meltzer, the show will likely have a reality format similar to Rose to the Top, will likely detail things that happened months before. He noted that this new show will be filling the time slot taken by that program and has been greenlit for a second season. And the potential titles, as per PW Insider, is AEW Breakout, AEW The Climb, AEW Fight to the Finish, AEW Fight Friends and Enemies, AEW Grit and Glory, AEW Road to the Belt, AEW To the Mat, AEW To the Top, and AEW Uprise. What would you be interested in more in AEW if they had a show like that where you could kind of see behind the scenes, Victor?
No.
Ooh, wow. I like that.
Like I like the behind the scenes, but it's the product that I have to get behind. You feel me? Because I can enjoy the behind the scenes, but when I watch the show, if it doesn't keep me invested, then it's like, what's the point? Like I said, I like AEW. It's just like you said, I just got to get used to it. It's different. I grew up, with one idea of what wrestling is and what sports entertainment is. So it's like me trying to now take myself out of that and look at it differently. It's something that's challenging for me. But I will say I really do enjoy their pay-per-views. Like, I've never seen an AEW pay-per-view where I'm like, no, I'm like, ugh. Like, I'm literally like, when it's on, I'm like, yo, can you help me find a link? Like, I want to watch it. Like, it's that type of thing.
Absolutely. I definitely agree with you. Like, they're kind of like what NXT used to be with their takeovers, where every takeover would hit. That's where AEW has kind of found their niche with their major shows. We got Nick Jackson saying, I like The Climb or Fight to the Finish. What about you, Krssi Luv? Do you like any of those titles?
Yeah, they got a lot of. It was one that something was. I think it was like one of the last ones you said. But you talked. I forgot what it was.
I like AEW Uprising was fire.
Uprising, yes. I like that. Was I think because some with heat or whatever. So Uprising, yeah.
That kind of even sounds like a regular show.
It really does. Like, it could be one of their wrestling shows.
Yeah.
But I've said it before. Once they get on some type of stream platform, they're gonna be great because then you can go. They're on Bleacher though, right?
BR Live is where they do their pay-per-views. BR Live and like
okay, right. Yep. So I mean, once they get somewhere where people,
I think you have a point, Krssi. Like, the accessibility of it makes it hard.
Right. Yes.
True.
Because anyone could post it on YouTube. Like, not everyone like they're giving their feedback, but they can't really like show the matches because of copyright. So it's like you have some people you can't really see all of their stuff, so you have to now remember it. So if they once they get on some type of everything is streamed now. Like, you got to make a deal some kind of way. Tony Khan, you're not a stupid man. You can make your own. I don't know. Like, come on.
If he was smart, he'd use. Well, I mean, let me think. Netflix.
Now, I think HBO Max is the one that makes the most sense.
Yeah, he's already in business with them. Right. That makes sense.
I don't have an HBO account, so I'm going to have to borrow one of y'all's.
Oh, we got you.
Sure, no problem, Mr. Perry.
We actually both use one of our former guests, Kenny Bolins.
Okay.
That's HBO. That's Paramount Plus, friend.
You got Paramount Plus. I got his HBO.
Not you left out.
But I have my own HBO, so it's okay.
Yeah, that's fair. So you can help him out, and that's how you get in his good graces before your kids.
Wait, I gotta get it, but I have to get in Chrissy's good graces.
Yeah, no. She's done a lot of strays today. She's done through a lot of strays. So,
but see, the baby face is resilient. You bounce back.
It's true.
It's ducking and dodging.
It's true. But like if you graded things on a curve in the class, you go remember.
I'll be like, I remember Krssi was saying this. Oh Lord, yeah, you're right. I got my details. Let me have them details.
Mr. Perry, I'm thinking about you right now. By
the way, the 5th grade cohort I hear is something else.
Yes, it is.
I hear they are something else.
Yep. Look, something for you to look forward to, friend.
Oh boy,
it's gonna be.
Y'all like trying to keep me out of this school, man. My kid's only 2 right now. I got a couple of years to think about it.
Well, they have one in the yeah.
Like the 7th graders aren't that bad.
No, like, the 8th grade. Some of the 8th graders are.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah.
My boy is a 7th grader, and the 7th graders are great. The 7th graders are good.
Yeah, I heard 7th grade's never a problem. It's but them 5th graders. Ooh, Lord.
So I'm just gonna run through a few more news notes because we got to get Krssi Luv. Because if you thought Krssi Luv gave you a rant, Mr. Perry, we got a topic that always gets the fire out of Miss Krssi Luv. But real quick,
we gotta go. Hurry up, come on, we gotta go.
New Japan Pro Wrestling news. The New Japan will stream next month's Capital Punishment. Well, this month's Capital Punishment show on Fight TV, and have promised significant improvements to their viewing experience. The promotion announced on Wednesday that the May 14th event will stream in English on Fight, and noted that they will have planned improvements to their production pipeline to avoid the issues that happened with Windy City Riot stream back in a couple of weeks back in April. Impact Wrestling news, Moose made it known in an interview with Fightful that he came close to joining WWE last year when his Impact Wrestling contract was set to expire. However, he ended up signing a new 2-year deal with Impact before he was able to. And like we said earlier, Willie Mack has departed Impact Wrestling following the expiring of his contract. He revealed on Twitter that he declined the latest offer from the company, that his appearance on Thursday's episode of Impact would be his last in the company. So we wish Willie the best of luck on what he's going to do in the future. In other wrestling news, you had Women's Wrestling Army. They made their debut. That is Maria Kanellis' new all-women promotion. Held their debut event on Sunday night in Providence, Rhode Island. In the main event, the Hex defeated Willow Nightingale and Holodead, so it seemed like it was a really good show. You also had Fightful reports that during an appearance on Busted Open Radio, MLW owner Court Brower announced that Lindsay Dorado will be joining the MLW roster starting next week, and he versus another former WWE talent, Enzo, on May 13th in Philadelphia. Game Changer Wrestling has finally acquired the services of Will Ospreay, as he will be debuting for the company at GCW I Never Liked You. Very appropriate. Next month, the event happens at Music Hall in Providence, Rhode Island.
Will Ospreay. Such a sad. Sorry.
On June 19th, there is no word who Ospreay's opponent will be, but Nick Wayne has challenged him to a match. Nick Wayne is only 16 years old, and a lot of people say they remind him of Will Ospreay. And here is the time everybody's been waiting. I waited till the end of the news to get to this news, ladies and gentlemen. It's about Tessa Blanchard. It sounds as if Tessa Blanchard may have run into some more issues in WoW Women of Wrestling, as she reportedly had a bit of a falling out with the company. As you may recall, WoW announced its relaunch back in October with Blanchard, AJ Mendez, and The Beast involved. Blanchard was listed on the casting call as for the promotion as a casting director alongside David McLean, and the promotion is set to tape its launch episodes this week. But according to Fightful Select, sources that work for the company in a talent capacity have informed them of alleged issues around Blanchard, and while with a bit of a falling out between the two sides, details are a little hard to come by, as many people who work for the company have signed non-disclosure agreements, and there is a fear from them regarding potential backlash from either Blanchard or the company if they speak out. That said, some details have emerged that speak to the rumored issues. One source claimed that during a training class in mid-April, Blanchard tore apart Samantha Sage, aka Americana, in a promo that was bad enough that it led to many trainees speaking up about it. And the source notes that the acting classes were canceled until further notice, and one trainee said that they were told Blanchard would be less involved moving forward. Another source said that Blanchard isn't involved in training talent anymore, and that Selena Majors has been brought back in to handle that aspect of the country. Sage had not yet responded to the site, which reached out for comment, and one WoW alumni said that they believe Blanchard is gone from the company, and that has yet to be confirmed. WoW has yet to respond to a request for comments, and an anonymous source implied that Blanchard would have to work in Mexico, saying that if you are a fan of Tessa, you better learn Spanish. And Tessa has only worked one wrestling match since her departure from Impact Wrestling back in June of 2020, which was for Warrior Wrestling. Of course, WoW was supposed to be the rehabilitation of Tessa Blanchard after all of her issues, you know, the stuff with La Rosa Negra and everything like that. Miss Krssi Luv, what is your thoughts? You just muted yourself. You apparently turned off your mic.
Yeah, I muted myself so I didn't, talk while you were, talking. This is just funny. I mean, I called this fuckboy shit a long fucking time ago. Good for you guys, because you shouldn't have fucking signed her in the fucking first place. Fuck y'all. And this is why the show can't even come on now, because you were working with her. It's her. She is the common denominator. Like, she's the nuclear that made the bomb. And, it's just horrible that, unfortunately, these people have to suffer because of her fuckboy shit. We told y'all not to damn do this. We warned y'all. There was so much red flags. Why did you do this? Why? You don't listen. You're like kids. They need reflection. They need reflection, because this is now you're sitting in the dust now just waiting, because she's the one that's like, it's her. It's nobody. And it's so bad, but that her wrestling abilities is overshadowed by her fucking personality. She's trash. Garbage. Basura, get rid of her. Gone. I mean, just let it go. Just let it go. Because we warned you. We told you. This happened in 2020. We're now 2022. 2 years. Y'all didn't see that the first week that she was there? She had to show that shit like right off the back. Right off the bat. I'm sorry. I didn't mean
and you know what's bad? When I'm a person who was out for a while and I know everything about that woman. It's bad when a new person knows about a person's behavior and how they
see. I'm saying that it's her and her daddy are just fuckboys, just trash. They come from she comes from a family of fuckboys.
You done buried her dad too. This is new.
You having a funeral today?
Probably.
I'm not dressed for the occasion.
Hearts up, prayers up. But yes, that is the end of our news rundown. Really quickly, we could go through preview and predictions for the two shows that are going down this weekend. I don't know how we recover from Miss Krssi Luv dropping bombs here, but you got Impact Wrestling Under Siege 2022, which is tonight from Impact Wrestling. We won't predict the countdown shows. They got 2 countdown matches on their YouTube channel of Rich Swann versus Laredo Kid. You're also going to see Giselle Shaw versus Madison Rain. But on the main show, there's going to be Chris Sabin. He's going to go one-on-one with Steve Macklin. Steve Macklin, of course, is a former WWE star, the former Forgotten Son, who has really been doing well in Impact Wrestling, getting a big push. He's coming off a big win over Chris Sabin and Jay White at Rebellion. Chris Sabin, a former Impact Wrestling World Champion. Who do you think wins this one, Miss Krssi Luv, Macklin or Sabin?
I'm going to go with Macklin.
I'm going to agree with you and go with Steve Macklin.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I heard you. Victor, you want to throw in yours?
Okay.
Macklin or Sabin?
I'm going to go with Macklin.
We're Macklin all across the board here. Next up is Speedball Mike Bailey, the best name in the business right now. He's going to go up against Alex Shelley. This is a rematch from Multiverse of Matches. These two men went one-on-one with Mike Bailey picking up the victory there. I think that he picks up another victory. I can't go against Speedball in this one. Mr. Perry, who you got?
Yeah, Bailey.
Bailey for both of us. Who you got, Krssi?
Across the board, friend. Bailey.
Next one, you got Bullet Club. Okay, I don't even need to say the other team. I'm going with the Bullet Club.
Bullet Club.
There's no way they're losing.
There's no win. Yeah, they can't lose. This is the Bullet Club, friend. Go next one.
Absolutely. You got Impact Knockouts Championship matchup. You got Tasha Steelz going up against Havoc. This
Tasha.
One, yes.
Yep, Tasha.
This is another one where we're unanimous. We're going with Tasha Steelz for the win here. She's been killing it as Impact Knockout Champion. Of course, we want to hear your predictions in the live chat. And Alan Weinstein, to answer you, today we're dropping on Patreon. You can give your predictions for the True Heel Heat Prediction Championship. AAA Reina Del Rey's championship in a rematch from Rebellion is going to be Talia Valkyrie defending against Deonna Purrazzo. These two women had a great match at Rebellion. Deonna's coming off losing the ROH Women's Championship. Does she regain some gold here, Miss Krssi Luv?
I would hope so. I think she should. So I'm going to go with her, Deonna.
I'm going to go with Talia on this one.
Again?
Ain't no way in the world they're going to put the belt on her just now. She's going to lose. No.
Exactly. I don't think. And she's the one that can work the big matches for AAA, so it just makes more sense.
All right, I'll put Talia. Okay, fine.
See, we pressured her, Mr. Perry. So you got some revenge. You got some revenge. Impact X Division Championships on the line. You got Ace Austin going up against Trey Miguel. Ace Austin just won the title at Rebellion 2 weeks ago, winning a triple threat with Trey Miguel and Speedball Mike Bailey. Ace Austin is also in the Best of the Super Juniors 29 tournament, which kicks off next week. I think that he's going to keep the title as he goes to Japan. What about you, Mr. Perry?
This is hard, though. This is hard. I like Miguel.
I do too. I like Miguel.
All right, Ace. Damn.
I can't make a decision.
He's like, I'm gonna
forfeit. Yeah.
He's doing the test, and he just leaves that one blank.
Yeah, because you can still pass. Okay?
Right. If you leave one blank, right? If you can't get that, yep.
He's telling y'all. This is how you
still get a 90 on the test.
You can still get a 90. Yeah, life is not always about 100%. All right. It's not always 100%.
You tried your best.
As long as you try your best, and I tried my best, and I couldn't answer that.
I love the honesty there. Who you got, Krssi?
I said the same guy. I said Ace.
You going with Ace? All right. Impact World Tag Team titles is on the line. It's going to be Violent by Design defending against Jay and Mark Briscoe, the Briscoe brothers, making their official Impact Wrestling debut on Impact Plus.
I already know who's winning.
Yeah, I'm going with the Briscoes. Going with the Briscoes here.
I love the Briscoes. I never go against
the Briscoes.
Yep.
Everybody loves the Briscoes.
They crazy uncles.
And this would be their first run with the Impact Tag Team title, so we got to see that. And then finally, Impact Wrestling World Championships off for grabs. Josh Alexander is going to defend against Tomohiro Ishii. If you haven't already, your friend didn't show you Ishii match in New Japan, he needs to immediately. This man is a brick, Mr. Perry. He is a brick that you hurt yourself. Yes.
So I've seen him. Yeah, he's fine.
Yes. Oh yes, he's like a brick. You hit him and you hurt yourself, basically. So this should be a very great matchup. I think it's going to be the match of the night. But I'm going with Josh Alexander to defend here. Who you got, Victor?
I'll probably go with Josh, but I'm really interested to see the Hiroshi. I've seen him before. My dude showed me him once before, so nice. I'm interested to see how he works with this guy in this match.
Our producer said he's the Japanese thing, the Thing from Fantastic Four. That seems legit. We also.
Oh, you don't know what Fantastic Four is?
Oh, you see, this is where Romeo's
producer.
We gave Romeo the day off, so he can't come in quick with the meme. Okay. Krssi, who you got? Ishii or Alexander?
I got Alexander because he's the champ. And he just, he should win.
Yeah. He took him 6 months to get back to the title. He should keep it. He shouldn't lose it 2 weeks later. So that's our predictions for Under Siege. And then tomorrow night, you got WWE WrestleMania Backlash on Peacock, the WWE Network. I don't know. Well, why did WWE not care about the buildup for this show? I don't understand. I don't.
Remind me when we have this pay-per-view.
It seems like it's
on Mother's Day.
I know. You know what's so
all
bad?
Days.
I didn't know it was tomorrow. I thought we had another week of. I don't know why I thought we had one more week to get the storylines solidified.
Because I think they botched it when you remember last night when Ronda came out, they was like, "Oh, they're versing each other from a week from Sunday." I was like, "No, they're versing each other in 2 days."
Right.
Even they don't know when the show is going on.
And you know, I'm watching it just because I'm watching it. Oh, child, Lord help me tomorrow.
Me too, Perry. Me too.
We got Bobby Lashley in a rematch from WrestleMania 38. He's going to go one-on-one with Omos. Omos, of course, has MVP in his corner now ever since he turned on Bobby Lashley on the Raw after WrestleMania. Bobby Lashley beat Omos at WrestleMania 38. He was the man that took Omos off his feet on the WrestleMania Raw. He also beat Omos in an arm wrestling match. So I'm going to go with Omos here because Omos needs to win something.
Like, he's only gonna win with the help of MVP. That's clearly what's gonna happen. There's no way Omos beats Almighty Babyface Almighty, please.
But that's true. That's an issue because it's like Bobby Lashley is not trying to overcome Omos now. He's trying to overcome MVP.
And I think that's what we're gonna get. I think we're gonna get a match with MVP because he's been training. So I think we're going to get a match with MVP and Bobby later down the road. Maybe SummerSlam. Because SummerSlam's in July this year, right?
Which is dumb. Why?
Know,
they have two pay-per-views in July. Like, it's going to foreshadow.
What's the other pay-per-view in July? Money in the Bank?
Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank's at the beginning of July, and SummerSlam's at the end of July.
What?
Yes. Yep.
Oh, my. Oh yeah, so that's where they're going. Clearly, yeah,
seems legit to me. So yeah, I think we're all in agreement. Omos gets the win here.
Yep.
Next, you got Happy Corbin. It's going to go one-on-one with Madcap Moss. Happy Corbin lost. He lost at WrestleMania 38 to Drew McIntyre, but instead of taking the blame himself, he blamed it on his sidekick, Madcap Moss. And Madcap Moss has turned babyface because of this. He's still saying awful jokes that are not funny, though.
The joke he said last night was funny.
The one about Pitbull?
Yes.
What did he say?
But unfortunately, that was
Pitbull's band or something.
But that was the first of 10 jokes, so he peaked at the first joke,
and then he just spiraling out of control. But I think he's grown on me a lot, and I think
the crowd is behind him.
Yeah,
the people like him
because I think he comes off as this corny goofball, like
right.
And so it's like everybody has that friend, like. You funny at sometimes, and you lame and whack, but we still, we vibe with you. He gives me those.
Laugh at your stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going with Madcap.
I'm actually going to go with Happy Corbin after what happened on SmackDown. Like him just leaving without anything happening. I think Happy Corbin, they're going to 50-50 book this, and I think Happy Corbin gets the win.
This pay-per-view, though?
Yeah. So? Yes. Who you got, Krssi? You're the tiebreaker.
Can I tell a joke? Can I go over? I'm just kidding.
Go ahead. Oh. I was like, do it. I'm gonna go Madcap.
Yeah.
Okay. There you go. Two for Madcap. You baby faces. You. Next, you got AJ Styles. He's gonna go up against Edge in a rematch from WrestleMania 38. With Damian Priest is banned from ringside. Edge defeated AJ Styles at WrestleMania thanks to Damian Priest, but now Damian Priest is banned because AJ Styles beat him on Monday Night Raw. Of course, maybe Finn Balor gets involved here. We don't know. Or maybe we see a new member of Judgment Day. I'm gonna say Edge gets the win here with the newest member of Judgment Day, Rhea Ripley, interfering. Who you got, Mr. Perry?
Damn.
So I think Edge will win, but I don't know if Rhea's going to interfere just yet. She got to finish her storyline with Liv.
I think it's going to segue into this, and we might get like a 6-person tag of AJ and Finn and Liv versus Damian Priest, Edge.
My only issue with that is Liv is not strong enough yet to be a threat. So that's why I feel like Rhea should not debut, because it's an obvious thing that once Rhea makes that alliance, we know her target is Bianca. Like we know anyone in front of her way to Bianca is going to be obliterated. So I just feel like Liv right now is she just got one win. I think Rhea has to wait. But when you say things like Money in the Bank is in July and SummerSlam is in July, that expedites everything. So you could be right. You very well could be.
Could be on our way to that. Who you got, Miss Krssi Luv?
See, I'm like, why does AJ have to get another loss? But I'm like, ugh. You also want to make the other right, right, exactly. So it's like, oh, I'm like, I don't know which one to pick. Or maybe the extra person is Tommaso Ciampa.
Well, we know that's a fact. I feel like he's gonna be in the stable. But just how?
Right.
How they get there. That's what it depends on.
I don't want Edge to win, but I'm gonna pick Edge because I feel like he's gonna win. I don't want AJ to lose because he shouldn't lose because it's another match it's like the Cody one. He shouldn't lose though. You know what I'm saying? Like it's bad. He lost at WrestleMania.
How would y'all feel though if AJ lost and then him and Finn do the tag team championships?
I think that if AJ loses here, then when they do the tag match of AJ and Finn versus Edge and Priest, then yeah, the former Bullet Club leaders should win.
Okay, I can go with that one.
But there's always the possibility that Finn just did that to put AJ's guard down, and then Finn turns and joins Judgment Day.
And you know why?
And be the demon.
He has a demon already. The gimmick, it's already
be
there.
The demon. Damn, this is so hard. That would be
fire, actually.
There's a lot of possibilities in this match. This match is probably the one with the most possibilities.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Guess what? They're not going to do it, though. They're not going to do it. We're going to be let down, as always.
Yeah, it's too good. It's too good.
It's too good. It's too good. The merch and everything is just so... It's there. It's there. They just don't... They're not pulling it.
I would be the biggest... Like, I would join the stable myself. I'd go to the dark side.
Right.
The money. The money.
Yeah, it's like money waiting to happen.
Next up is another WrestleMania rematch, as it's going to be Cody Rhodes going up against Seth Rollins. Of course, Cody Rhodes made his return to WWE at WrestleMania 38, defeating Seth Rollins in a banger of a matchup. Since then, Seth Rollins has been more and more delusional and paranoid about Cody Rhodes. He even tried to get under Cody's skin on Monday Night Raw by bringing up Dusty, calling him a narcissist who is never able to win the WWE title like Seth did. Who do you think comes out with the win in this one, Mr. Perry?
I don't know. Because Cody should not lose. Like, if he's supposed to win this Universal title, whoever is supposed to take something from Roman got to be so built strong and booked so good that it's convincing. And I just can't see Cody losing to Seth when Seth lost to Roman. So I'm going to go with Cody. Maybe he'll win by DQ. Maybe Seth just goes berserk and hits him with it.
Yeah, I think
that gives the story more, like, I want, as much as I like it, it needs to end. Like, Seth should be in a different program, I think. So maybe Cody gets a clean win.
I think that's the right move, but I have to put on my Vince hat and think like Vince. He's trying to set up Hell in a Cell.
That's what I was thinking.
Seth Rollins is going to get the victory here.
You have to do Hell in a Cell because that's the only way to end the feud.
But didn't they do that with Edge and Seth last year?
Yeah. Seth delivers in the Hell in a Cell. That's what Vince is thinking. He's going to be
Hell in a Cell, though?
Next month. It's June.
Oh my God, everything's so close.
It is. It really is. It's jam-packed in, Mr. Perry. I'm telling you. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you're right then. But I'm gonna still say Cody, but I'm gonna look for that storyline.
See, you sticking with our civil rights leader, Cody Devontae. Cody Devontae Rose out in these streets.
Devontae.
Rose.
His name is Cody Devontae Rose. Yeah.
Cody Devontae Rose.
I'm weak.
Krssi, who you got?
I'm gonna go Seth.
All right, we got 2 for Seth, 1 for Devontae Rose. SmackDown Women's Championship on the line in an I Quit match. It's gonna be Charlotte Flair.
Snooze fest.
Charlotte Flair going up against Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania. Charlotte defeated Ronda inconspicuously, surprisingly to everyone. But Charlotte Flair did tap out to the armbar. So Ronda challenged her to an I Quit match at the pay-per-view. These two women have had segments where the biggest babyface coming out of it is Drew Gulak. I don't know how that made sense, but it did. But who do you think walks out with the SmackDown Women's Championship here, Miss Krssi Luv?
I'm going Charlotte. I don't care. I know I'm wrong, probably still. I don't care.
You were right at WrestleMania, so go with the.
I was. You're right. I was the only one that was right. That's right. That's
well,
so true.
You and Romeo, of course.
Me and Romeo, of course. Yes,
of course.
But yeah.
Who do you got? Who you got, Mr. Perry?
I might fall asleep before that.
Damn.
Like, when I tell you I didn't even watch their segment last night, I don't care. I don't like.
It's not your fault though. They didn't get you invested. So it's really.
I'm gonna just go with Charlotte. I think Ronda will win. Charlotte should just win because Ronda can't. I just can't see Ronda carrying. Great. My mom said, "Never say anything that's not nice." So I don't care. That's all I'm saying.
See, that's the nicest you could put it. I'm going with Ronda Rousey. I think Ronda's
His Lord
gonna
and
walk
Savior.
out.
Is that your fave or something?
That was my fave for what she did in her first run. Since her return, I haven't felt the same. Okay, because
I rewatched her first run, and I can see why she got over. But this is nothing in comparison to that.
No, because they chose the wrong feud because everybody wanted Ronda and Becky to begin with. And it made sense. If you want Ronda to be a babyface, Becky's a heel. You should have just gone with that. But they decided to go, in a different direction. It is what it is. And
they couldn't have given us Ronda versus Becky. We needed closure.
No, I definitely agree with you.
Should have just kept Ronda on hold until SummerSlam.
Could have done that too, but
she didn't have to win the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, she didn't have to win. The fact that you won the Royal Rumble and then lost at WrestleMania, it was just a waste. It gets me so angry still. Because I'm just that could have gone to somebody else. Y'all built a star out of Bianca. Y'all could have built another female superstar and given them a moment and made them credible to go against the 4 horsewomen. But now we're just here we are struggling to figure out who gonna win a match because we just.
We got Damian Hernandez. There's no disqualifications in an I Quit match. I just want to let you know that. Ronda wins. That part is right, but by DQ, that can't happen. And then finally, we got a matchup that was built up as a title unification match and then became a 6-man because of something. Drew McIntyre and RK McBro will verse McGriddle will verse Roman Reigns and the Usos, the Bloodline. It was supposed to be title versus title for the SmackDown and Raw Tag Team Championships. It was built up for 3 weeks. Roman Reigns was the person who suggested this. Then he ripped up the contract and decided he wanted a 6-man tag instead. So here we are. Who do you think comes out with the victory? I am going to go with the Bloodline. I'm going to change my pick from the preview show and change it to the Bloodline because it's a pay-per-view and Roman Reigns doesn't lose at pay-per-views. Miss Krssi Luv?
I don't know why you were picking against him in the first place because he does not lose.
Because it makes sense for Drew McIntyre to win so he can set up a title match.
Yeah, okay. The Bloodline.
I think it's going to be Bloodline, and what's going to happen is Usos is going to pin one of the tag team. And they're going to be able to make a storyline with saying, well, we would have won unification had you whatever. That way it keeps Drew protected. This is 6 tag. No one's going to think that it's going to hurt Drew, I don't think.
No, he's not taking the fall. That's for sure. That's for sure. He's not going to take the fall. It's probably going to be Riddle if the Bloodline wins. So, yeah. And if Drew and RK Bro win, it's going to probably be one of the Usos who's take the fall. And Romeo here says, y'all got your Becky moment at Mania. Vince wanted his Becky Charlotte and stop being greedy.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah.
And he also says, don't act like Ronda and Charlotte not going to beat the shit out of each other and make this entertaining.
They did that last night, and it was the most boring thing I've ever seen in my life.
How you show up afterwards?
How you have a brawl without a brawl? Make that make sense. They had a whole brawl and it was not even a brawl. I was like, are they hitting each other? Let me stop.
Well, that brings us to a close on True Hill Heat 174. I want to thank Mr. Victor Taylor Perry for joining us. Honestly, you were one of my favorite guests that we ever had on here. The wholesome feels with your story about the wrestling club and your stuff with Sasha Banks. It's just amazing stuff what you're doing as a teacher and inspiring the youth. The educator, you have a whole wrestling gimmick that you earned during this episode. Your rivalry with Miss Krssi Luv that will go into next school year as she becomes one of your parents. So
wow.
Everyone pray for him. Victor, please let the people know where they can find you on social media and anything you got going on. Please let the people know.
First, I just want to say thank you guys for having me. This was so much fun. This was 2 hours and like 30 minutes, and it was the best time. So thank you guys for having me. Y'all are some entertaining folks. Like the people that are commenting, love it. Romeo, we're still cool. But you can find me on Twitter, Wallflower Perry. That's where I usually am with all the wrestling stuff. You can also follow me on Instagram, Wallflower Named Perry. And for those of you that didn't know, I do make music. So you can find me on Spotify or anywhere else. Just type in Victor Perry and check me out because I got some cool tunes.
Doing so many great things, music, teaching, know your wrestling very well, getting into the AEWs of the world, the New Japans of the world. So we love hearing a different perspective as well. So this was a great conversation, great podcast we had here. Miss Krssi Luv, the arch nemesis of the educator. Please let the people know where they can find you as well.
Yes, you can find me on Twitter, which is True Hill Krssi Luv. You can find me every Saturday here with my good brothers. We do True Hill Heat at 11:05. Today was a different time for a special reason. Sunday, Serving Face and Heels with my tag partner, Stephanie. And then we do Wrestling Disasters, which was on Tuesdays. And then we have Friday night SmackDown review with my good brother, Josh. Sometime Romeo comes if he wants to show up to work or whatever, but that's another story. But yes, you guys can follow on IG, Twitter, which is Krssi Luv 1 underscore excuse me, Krssi Luv _1. Thank you guys.
And you can follow me on the Twitter machine at True Hill SP3. You can follow the gang Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at True Hill Heat. Of course, also become an even bigger supporter, patreon.com/True Hill Heat. For $3 a month, you can get even more of that True Hill Heat content and be a part of the Prediction Championship as we got some big shows over the weekend. You got Impact Under Siege watch along tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Time with the fellas watching Impact Wrestling. You also got tomorrow night WWE WrestleMania Backlash watch along at 8 p.m. Eastern Time with the good fellas, as well as Serving Face and Heels tomorrow. So remember, drop a thumbs up on this video, share with your friends, subscribe if you are new to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel. So for our special guest, Victor Taylor Perry, thank you so much for joining us. For Miss Krssi Luv, it is me, your True Hill Phenom SP3. This has been True Hill Heat 174. We are Bullet Club and the Educator. We are signing off until next time.